Will Shipley, good return. Will, good return. All right, let me social this out real quick. Live. Hmm. Live. Why isn't it? There we go. Share. All right, Tanner McKee. I forgot Devontae Smith was playing. All right. Copy link.
Against the Giants, 27 of 41, 270 yards, and 2 touchdowns. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of under center, boots, play action, and he gets the ball in his hands quick. The running back is Jake Bixby. It's a first and 10 after the 17-yard pickup, and there go the whistles and the flags.
I know that this first few minutes is thrilling for everybody. Copy. And then finally, and then go to all right, first and 15. Here we go. Sorry for getting. Jeez, that was a one-handed sack. My God. Steve, what's going on, man? Happy New Year to you and yours. Lemmy, Happy New Year. As always, go Birds. Obviously. Not that this game really matters too much, but man, that Matt Pryor messed up? No way. Stop the presses. Not Matt Pryor. Live. No. All right, Tank. I had Tank scoring a touchdown today. It's one of my bets. Isn't that such a Kevin Patullo call, though? 2nd 21. Let's run the ball. It worked out, but. All right. TikTok. Live. Commanders. Put it over here. And then go live. Wasn't even close. Wasn't even close. No. All right. Tanner McKee error doesn't start off the strongest, unfortunately. They must have not been on the same page because it no, he's wide open. He just fucking missed it. Missed it badly too. It's real badly. All right. Well, can't say it's out of the norm for the Eagles to get the ball and then punt. So, oh my God, an AJ Dillon sighting. Who would have thought? AJ Dillon sighting. Forgot that guy was alive. So how's everybody's, holiday? For me, it ends tomorrow. I gotta take my kid to school at 6:30 in the morning, so the break is over, unfortunately. Yeah. This is what happens when I don't feel like doing anything with my hair. I just put a hat on. Because my hair, I look homeless, Mike, so, just put the hat on. I realized, though, I need an Eagles hoodie. Because I'm cold. And I was like, I'm going to wear a hoodie. I don't have an Eagles hoodie. and that would, could have avoided this. But I mean, when they win the Super Bowl, I'm thinking about buying a hoodie for the Super Bowl. I'm always like, I don't want to look like I just became a fan, so I never buy one. And I have so many hoodies, so you didn't ask for that story. All right, all right. Did I have Tanner McKee throwing 180 yards today? Yeah, I did. Okay, sue me. TikTok wants me to invite Jeff Pearlman as a guest to this live. We're not doing that. I don't think. I did just wake up. How did you know? Is it that obvious? I did, yeah. My sleep schedule is beyond messed up. I didn't just wake up. I woke up and then I kind of took a post sleep nap. It's like the post nap. Okay, all right. Natalie just woke up. Thanks for texting me back. Bearing my soul to her at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's not the first woman that I've put to sleep with a story that they didn't ask for. But you know what? I'm an adult. Like, this is the beauty of adulthood. Like, if we just want to wake up and then we want to just go, like, it's kind of like a puke and rally, but it's a sleep and rally. Like, we can do that. We can do that all day. All right, fine. Yeah. I'll wake up and then I'll just sleep again. And that's basically what I did. Because I woke up and I was like, I got time. And then I went back to sleep. I don't get this game. I don't. That's right. You're in Texas. You literally asked me why I wasn't asleep. So I was like, okay, it's a good point. All right, that's on me. I almost text you like, I'm just gonna need a response, please. I think Natalie's single. I think so. I hope. Yeah, I think she's single. All right, Josh Johnson. Nothing but respect for Josh Johnson because they covered it. He's been in like 4 different leagues, 27 different teams. So I mean, I hope he loses, but I have like nothing but respect for Josh Johnson and the grind that he's had to make the NFL again and then again and then again. I'm in Texas, so they're playing the Lions Bears. That's lame. And let me say, this is you. How are we gonna win this? And let me say this to you. How are we? I think they're just gonna score more points, Vinny. Dude, I mean, but they're playing majority of their backup, so it's gonna be dicey for sure. Why is Michael Carter here? He's good in the slot, allegedly. Allegedly. Oh, good. This is where I learn about the 99 hockey leagues. All right. Yeah. So I figured I'd have some people jump in about the heated rivalry videos. So I did comment on the one, and I'll do an explanation in my next video about it. But I'm in 5 leagues. I'm full time in 4 of them. 4 of them. Yeah. I might be in 6. I'm gonna mess this up. Give me a second. Wait. Let me. After the play, I'll figure it out. Oh, he just missed that sack. All right. Good pressure though. All right. Bulldogs, Woodsman, Bacon. They're full time, and then I sub for Cluster Pucks. My Thursday night league. There's 5, and then there's another team that might need me in January, although they don't need me tonight. So there's 6, but like a couple of them, like 2 of them, I'm a sub, so I can kind of play whenever I want. But yeah, that's basically how that works. Locker room guy, vibes guy. Every team needs one of those. So, and also when you play, good throw. When you play the low level of hockey that I play, I mean, it's just like, hey, Helen Keller, do you have $400? Cool, you're on the team, and you're a second line wing. All right. It feels weird only see Tanner out there. No, but dude, I say Saquon fan. I'm supposed to hate him. Why are you supposed to hate him? You're a legend, Remo. You haven't seen me play hockey since we were 13. I did. Funny enough, it'll be second 8. Funny enough, I did score the other night. Every other player on my team that scored The goalie was like, whatever, right? Just reacts, gets the puck out, gives it to the ref. I scored, and the goalie was like, fuck, because he was so mad that I scored. And I came to the faceoff dot, and the guy that I was lined up against was like, oh, what a snipe. And I was like, dude, that's an accident. It's never happening again. I was like, I love how mad your goalie was. Like, you can't let that fucking guy score. So if there's one thing I lead the league in, it's self-awareness. Oh, he's wide open. Man, he had no protection on that delayed blitz. All right, 3rd and 7. And you were good. I'm an okay skater, although I need new steel on my blades because they've been sharpened so much. I don't have a ton of steel on them, but steel is like really expensive, and I don't have that, So come on. Like half these guys, I completely forgot were even on the team. Like Jacorian Bennett, forgot he was on the team. Michael Carter, someone mentioned him earlier. Oh yeah, dude, you can't hug a guy. I mean, in fairness, it was just like, who doesn't want to hug? I love Ross Tucker. Ross Tucker's doing the game. This is one of the few times I'd actually say, like, if you had options of watching the game, do Ross Tucker because dude's the man. But all right, a flea flicker didn't even work. Oh, he just got that off. They're lucky they got that off. That was horrible execution, Dan Campbell. Kelly Green hoodie is Steve. I don't like the Kelly Green, and I know that like my hat is the old school look, but I'm not a Kelly Green guy. Even though I have Kelly Green shoes to go along with the jerseys I wear. But yeah, I will. I have a Kelly Green shirt too. Anyway, my point is, I'm not a huge fan of the Kelly Green. Michael Carter wasn't. I didn't know Michael Carter. Yeah, traded for him. Brandon Graham is there, so unhappy. Oh, Brendan Graham. What? You mean Brandon Graham? Actually, I wrote the word unhappy. Yeah, I was gonna say because Brandon Graham is never unhappy. I think the only time he was like unhappy is when 10 years ago, people were reminding him he wasn't Earl Thomas. I was blocked by Brandon. I don't know if anyone remembers that trend, but tons of Eagles fans realized that we were all blocked by Brandon Graham, and mine was like I didn't even tag him in the tweet. It's 3rd and 6, by the way, so I'll wait to tell this story you didn't ask for. Screen, get him. Good job by Jordan Davis. So Brandon Graham had like a scoop, recovered a fumble, and I tweeted out like, "Oh, that's cool." Jeff Dahmer, the beanie ain't fooling no one. Come on, Gordon Bombay. I can't even hate on you because you scored like 197 goals that last season at PHLY, but you were a quitter though. You hit one post and then you just dipped and became a lawyer. Cowardly. I also don't think I look like Jeffrey Dahmer. I've always actually stated that there's no way Jeffrey Dahmer was a sports fan. Like, there's no way Jeffrey Dahmer came into work and was like, "How about the Packers game?" Just no way. He wasn't breaking it down. Going for it on 4th and 3. And they get it. Yeah, he was wide open. Coverage isn't great. Totally forgot Josh Uche was on the team. So yeah, Brandon Graham had a fumble recovery, and I tweeted out like, "Brandon Graham fumble recovery, that's cool." Earl Thomas would have taken it to the house. Didn't tag Brandon at all, but he searched his name on Twitter, and he blocked everybody. He liked the tweet and then blocked me, and then I think he grew up a little bit and was like, "All right, I'm gonna unblock everybody." BG was held. Probably a little bit, but I can't. They didn't call it, so all right. Merrick goes nowhere. The booze made me do it. That's the cautionary tale, Gordon Bombay, of when a DUI goes right. That's like the hidden message in the Mighty Ducks is like, you can really turn your life around with a DUI. Thanks, Primo. The hoodie, like you can buy these on like Wawa's website and they're like $25 and they're insanely comfortable. They're like a very cheap hoodie. The only awkwardness is when you roll into a Wawa dripped out in Wawa gear. They're like, wow, you're a big fan. I mean, Josh Johnson's like moving the ball. Another first down for the Commanders. I miss Wawa so much. Yeah, it's somebody asked me. Somebody asked me like an hour ago, like, "Oh, what'd you do this weekend?" And I was like, "Went to Wawa. That was it. I bed rotted. I went to Wawa. Yeah, I would like wake up from a nap and I have no tax. You know how it goes. Um, Spectrum one's nice. Yeah, I got that as a gift. The only problem with the Spectrum one is it's white, so keeping it like clean is a pain. But yeah, I wear that a lot in my videos. But yeah, as I said, it's just tough to keep it clean. All right, second and 8. I went to Wawa and got an iced tea. Wawa iced tea's real good, but I stopped drinking it a while ago because when I was a teenager, too many people said that they got J-Roll, you can hop up here, bud. Too many people said they got kidney stones from it, from like consistently drinking a ton of it, and I was drinking a ton of it. Oh, there he goes. Picks up the first down. Yeah, they're gonna have to like create a turnover because he's moving the ball too much. So I stopped drinking it, and then it also got expensive too. Um, this game could be anyone. All right. Well, they're in the red zone. The Commanders are not great, not ideal. I'm getting stuff out of my eye, looking like hell. Somebody said I look like Jeffrey Dahmer. Sometimes the truth hurts. I really hope I don't look like Jeffrey Dahmer. All right. 11-yard line. Jesus, that's a good run, considering it went right up the middle. They stole that from the Kevin Patullo play calling sheet. Why can't I get stuff out of my eye? There we go. Johnson's looking straight. He is looking. I mean, he's playing. This is like a Johnson game. Like Johnson's playing exactly who he should be playing. He's a backup quarterback playing backups. But as I said, I can't hate on Josh Johnson. Like, I think when like your kids are growing up and you're like, all right, let's look at some like inspirational figures, and you're like Tom Brady, 6th-round pick, very impressive, no doubt. Okay, Josh Johnson was playing in the UFL, got bounced from the NFL, went to the AAFL, got bounced from the NFL again, went to the XFL. Like, I can't hate on the guy. Love Jalix Hunt. All right, big stop there. Everyone was saying the Commanders suck. I mean, they do. They have 4 wins. And if the Eagles were playing their starters, it wouldn't even be close. But it shouldn't be close. I shouldn't say it wouldn't. It shouldn't be close. The Eagles kind of find ways to make games close. But yeah, I mean, the Commanders are one of the worst. The Commanders were cooked when Jaden Daniels was, injured for 75% of the season. There went their hopes. They were also one of the oldest teams in the league statistically. They stayed really healthy last year, which I can't rip them for because the Eagles did the same thing. So yeah, like they're not good. They're not a very good team. It's crazy. They're showing Josh Johnson's teams. San Francisco practice squad, Cincinnati Jets, Indianapolis, Buffalo, Baltimore, New York Giants, Houston, Oakland, Washington, Detroit, San Francisco Jets, Baltimore, Denver, San Francisco, Baltimore, Washington. And that's only the NFL teams. Like if they showed the entire litany of teams he's actually been on, I think he was like a San Diego. What were they? There's San Diego Armada of the UFL. I can look it up. I looked it up like the last time these two teams played each other, like 3 weeks ago. All right, 3rd and 5. Well, you know what? And that's the beauty of Josh Johnson. He's a backup for a reason. You missed him. All right. Is that Treylon Burks? It's got to be Treylon Burks. I totally forgot he was a thing. If you're not aware, go Birds, Amber. Always. If you're not aware, Treylon Burks was the guy that the Titans drafted with the pick that the Eagles sent the Titans to acquire A.J. Brown. It's the time the Titans were like, we could have AJ Brown or we could have the mystery box that might turn into AJ Brown, and they drafted Treylon Burks, and he's not good. He's been injured a lot though, but oh my God, he missed a field goal. Oh, Jake Moody, how did you do that? That's a chip shot, my guy. Holy God. I'm stunned. That's like that's closer than I think a field their extra point. How do you miss that? First quarter is flying by. 2:33 left. All right, go Birds. But also, Pat, did you see the Giants game earlier? No. Winnie, I was sleeping. I'm gonna be so real with you. Do you think this just happens? This Jeffrey Dahmer look, as somebody dubbed it? No. This beauty rest has to. I recorded a video. Oh, it was my last TikTok that I did. About the show Heated Rivalry, and you can just see the bags, like the dark circles under my eyes, and I'm like, I look like I have not slept in days. So I tried to do that today, but I didn't see the Giants game. I saw Jackson Dart made like one nice play. I saw that on Twitter, but other than that, no. Stephen Paul on the YouTube. Pat, do you believe any of the rumors the Phillies are interested in Bo Bichette? I mean, yes and no. Like, I think they're interested. I just don't know where he'd play. John Heyman's pretty dialed in. He's a very reputable source, but like with how much he cost, I don't. Again, where would he play? I feel like it's going to be 2031, Steven, and we're going to enter a Phillies offseason, and it's going to be like Alec Boehm's on the trading block, and the Phillies are looking at so-and-so, and it's like it never happens. I think they're pretty much set. I think Boehm's at third base, and Turner's at short, and Stott's at second base. You got to figure, too, some of these guys are just cheaper options. So, like, Boehm and Stott, for example, like, could you upgrade? Yeah, you could upgrade. Straight no Phillies. Somebody asked. Steven asked. And it's a commercial break, so we can talk Phillies. Did I finish season 1 of Heated Rivalry? I just started it last night. No, I didn't finish it. I've learned not to bank on any rumored sports. Dombrowski works. He really does, Eric. Yeah, it's very true. Most of the trades he makes are rumored, but no, yeah, like, could you upgrade from Stott? Could you upgrade from Boehm? Yeah, you could. It's probably going to be more money because Stott and Boehm are arbitration guys. I don't think either of those guys are going to be moved until like the last year of their arbitration, as my dog finally eats. Why don't you like Boehm? I don't dislike Boehm, but like I feel like Boehm's been kind of hated since he got here for the most part. Because he had the tag of the 3rd overall pick. Man, he had nowhere to go on that. The fact he picked up 2 yards is impressive. He had the tag of the 3rd overall pick, and you're expecting like a game-changing player with 3 overall, and he's been good. Like, he's not horrible, He just doesn't have 30 home run pop. He's got 20 to 25, and you kind of have to live with that. He's a doubles hitter, and he's improved on defense. I don't hate him personally. Eric, I hope we have a Bigsby breakout because I had him to score a touchdown in this game. So 2nd and 8. There's Tank. There's Tank. First down, running hard. Do you plan on reacting I do plan on reacting to every one of them. Yeah. Plus, I have to answer some like questions. Like, some people got like really, I don't know if they got upset necessarily, but like people kept bringing up how in the first clip of that video, I'm like, we're smoking heaters in 2025, and people are like, it's not 2025. It's not. It's 2008. Okay. I forgot. We just found out cigarettes cause cancer and, damage your lungs. I forgot. We just found it out like 3 years ago. Like, okay. In 2008, it was still known that you probably shouldn't be smoking cigarettes. But as I said that, I realized, oh, he's Russian. So, like, it's kind of, to them, that's like drinking water. I really thought it was all turned around. I fucking hate it here. Don't hate it here. It's fine. We're having fun. Second and two. Tanner McKee, nowhere to throw. Takes off. Look, he's like a baby giraffe. He's like a miniature Nick Falls out there. Is it pretty? No, it's not pretty. But I think he got the first down. But yeah, I'll do a reaction to all of them. What sucks is so like some of you people know, but like my one YouTube channel, I have two. My one is on sports. My other one's on movies and TV shows that I recap. And one of the reasons I was like open to watching Heated Rivalry was okay, like I can recap the show, and it'll be content for my YouTube channel. Deep ball, really good throw by Tanner McKee. Better catch though. So I said this I think every week. Devontae Smith's ability to high point the football is arguably the best in the league because he had no room for error on that jump and was able to just snag that out of the air. That is such a good catch. You all right, J-Roll? You good? So yeah, I went to go recap Heated Rivalry and like to record the audio when I put it together. To record it, it takes 45 minutes, and I did it all. I did all episode 1. I got it all recapped. I went to go edit it, and it didn't record from my microphone. It recorded from my microphone on my laptop, which sounds horrible. So I have to do all of it again, and I'm not happy about that. But don't forget, we wanted a blowout to them last time. We did, in fact. It was ugly. And then Dan Quinn got pissy. You can hop up, J-Roll. Here you go, bud. There you go. I have my dog with me. Did he just drop something? All right. Wait. J-Roll, come on, man. Come on. Slim Reaper. Yeah, okay, you get it. Let's make some people angry again. He should already be angry because he got 4 wins. And, you go from commercial break, by the way. End of the first quarter. Nothing game. Because the kicker missed the field goal. You go from the NFC Championship game to 4 wins. That's a rough stretch. You know what's amazing is the last game of the season that means virtually nothing. Nobody's on here. I mean, I appreciate all of you that are on here, but normally in these lives, I'll get a decent turnout, and this is getting the turnout of like a preseason game. So the real ones I feel like are here watching, and then the other ones are probably like, all right, I'm gonna take a weekend off before the playoffs, which I don't criticize. You want to take a week off, go ahead. You want another bye week? I get it. You all right? You good? I should have taken him out before the game, and now we're stuck here until probably 7:45. All right. What do we got? Hey, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to season. But let me say, if we play the Rams I don't know. I mean, the 49ers, the Rams, I think, are the best team in the NFC, even though they've had a little bit of a rough stretch. 49ers are like that hot team going to the playoffs. Like, no one really expected it. And they just look good. So, who do you think we're going to – I have no idea. I haven't looked at potential seedings or anything. Last year, it was like anyone could get it. I was like a firm believer. Anyone could get it. I didn't care who it was. If they came into Philly, they were getting smoked. If the Eagles had to go on the road, they were getting smoked. I wasn't concerned about it at all. This year's very, very different. You can get it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. At least I'm attracting somebody out here. All right. Tanner McKee time. Second quarter is starting. Eagles into Commanders territory. Tanner RPO hits Dotson. All right. It's a good 14-yard gain. Do you even live in Philadelphia? I do, Steven. I do. The PPA knows me very well. In fact, I got an email from jury duty today because I got the jury duty notice and I filled it out, mailed it back, and then I checked my email and they were like, hey, we haven't received it yet. But that email came 3 weeks ago. I just don't check that account. And I had to email them back and be like, well, have you received it by now? And they're like, no. And I have jury duty on the 9th. So I'm really hoping that I can weasel my way out of it. But yeah, no, I live here. I mean, if not, I get paid $16. So, that's a plus, I guess. But yeah, no, I'm here in the streets. PPA and potholes. That's what Philly does best. All right. What do we got? We would. Kay says we would fucking smoke the Niners. I would love nothing more than that. Because that team and that fan base is the whiniest group of losers. Oh, Will Shipley, you got to catch that, my guy. Get Will, take a seat. Get AJ Dillon back in. Back in. Actually, just put him in because he hasn't been back in since week 1. Come on, Will Shipley. That's horrible. Speaking of things, there's speed cameras. Yeah, they're the worst. I used to not mind driving the Boulevard, and when they included those speed cameras, it's undrivable now. I'm terrified. I use Waze the entire time to know where the cameras are. I'm terrified of wide open Grand Calcaterra. Let's go. Tanner McKee up in that trade stock, up in it. He just went from a 4th round pick to a 3rd round pick. Tanner McKee dicing him up. Let's go. That's like the whole reason I'm watching this is like, let's see how elevated we can get Tanner McKee's draft stock so that you can flip him for a 2nd round pick and listen to like all the closet racists get pissed off that the Eagles traded their great white hope. Shit, did I say that out loud? My bad. Are you watching this on cable? I'm watching it on my buddy's Hulu account because the other account I have is my buddy's YouTube TV account, and I get kicked off of that at least twice a game. The guy's Hulu account that I have, he's got no friends other than me. So, what is your speed limit on the freeways here in North Texas? 35. So on I-76, it can get up to 75, but for the most part, like the stretch of road that we were talking about, it maxes at 55, and that's for a very little bit of it. For the most part, it's 45. But on I-76, it gets to 65. Do I drive that? No, I'm not a bitch. All right. I'm out here bumping that thing up, to 65, 75. But I like I don't drive I don't drive a Subaru, so I'm not driving the speed limit. So if you put speed cameras in Broad Street, I get a little bit, but then Broad Street, I feel like it's really tough to speed anyway because there's so many lights on Broad Street. But I guess if you hit all the greens, you can, zip by. But like the Boulevard is to put speed cameras there. It's just a money grubbing way. It's like these stores that are now charging 10 cents a bag and claiming like, oh, it's for the environment. No, it's not. The paper bags aren't cheaper than plastic. Mike, what's going on, bud? How's England? If anybody doesn't know, Mikey lives in England. Wakes up for every single one of these games. If you go 55, you're gonna get ran over. Yeah, like Steven, that's how it should be. I'm not asking for the German Autobahn, but like there's nothing. We have a stretch of road here in Philly called I-76 where it hits. Oh, now all of a sudden Natalie's interested. Because England got matched. Mikey, how big are Catfish and the Bottlemen in England? If you could let me know if they're like really big or not, or if I was lied to. But we have a stretch of road in Philly called I-76, which is like it was obsolete the moment it opened because it's got 2 lanes. And I'm telling you, you get stuck behind a Subaru and you are going 45 in a 55 for a good 10 miles. It is the gateway to hell. Like it's purgatory. Everybody in Philly will tell you it's purgatory. It's the worst. And you're just sitting. There's nowhere to go. There's 2 lanes. You'll be in the left lane. And it's like, yo, Subaru hatchback, move over. They don't do it. You weren't lied to. They are very well known. I don't. I'm just asking him. Like he lives there. All right. I'm just trying to get an unbiased opinion on how big this band is. I've never heard of Catfish and the other guy, but then again, it's the older music. All right, so no one knows who they are. All those pictures that I was sent and the videos, it's all AI generated. It's a shame when you find out you were lied to. They're pretty good though. They're pretty solid. YouTube. No one on YouTube. I also sent you video proof. It looked stop. All right, I'll stop. I was gonna say it looked AI generated again, but no, they're like clearly, if they're playing Tottenham Stadium, they're clearly big. I mean, my favorite band played MetLife, and they were the opening act, and that was like their magnum opus. They were like, I can't believe we made it. We played the Meadowlands. Is MetLife the Meadowlands? Yeah, it is. All right. All right. Good tackling. Good tackling. All right. Scott Dave, what's up, man? I'll tell you what. I saw a video. I think I reposted it. But I saw. Thanks, Scott Dave. I said this earlier. They're like it's like $25 on Wawa's website. They're like insanely cheap. I also said this earlier. You probably weren't on. The only downside is when you walk into a Wawa drip down Wawa gear, they're like, all right, this guy's a little much. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I saw a video, and I think I reposted it, but it was, what if Mary Magdalene was doing a TikTok, or not Mary Magdalene? What was the Virgin Mary doing a TikTok live when Jesus was born, and it was hysterical. Like this girl absolutely crushed it. I swear, TikTok and Twitter are really good example. Like it's a good reminder to me often of like, oh, you think you're funny? You're not that funny. These people are funny. All right, 3rd and 7. He's got nowhere to throw. Okay, he had somewhere to throw because he found a wide open guy for a first down and then more. All right, Terry McLaurin. It's hilarious that the Washington's playing like the Terry McLaurins and the Debo Samuels of the world. I just know that it's Brown's fault somehow. No shoulders going from south through Roosevelt Extension was always an experience. Yeah, it's Steve. You get it. Like, I grew up on the Roosevelt Boulevard. Like, I mean, that's home, but I grew up when it wasn't made for bitches with these speed cameras. All right, 1st and 10. I spoke too soon on that. I'm like, oh, he's got nowhere to throw, and then he just threw a dart. First down. This game is gonna go well. I hope so. Wait, Mikey, before you answer that, I gotta guess. You were in. Oh my god, you're in Liverpool? No, because you've told me before. You're not in Manchester. I think you're in Liverpool. Jake, how's Mark's ratings? I don't know. I haven't talked to Johnny about it. My guess would be not great, and that's nothing to do with John. It's more to do with the juggernaut that he's going up against in WIP. People are just preconditioned to listen to WIP. But J-Roll, get away from the Wi-Fi. J-Roll, there you go. But you know, unbiased opinion aside, because I love Johnny, like he's like a mentor. I mean, his show is going to be way better than WIP and what they're putting out there. Like anything going up against Joe Giglio is going to be better. Unfortunately, better doesn't always equate to ratings, and Philadelphia is a pretty lazy city in terms of making a change. And it doesn't help that the Fanatic. Oh, but okay, all right. It doesn't. Wawa's trash. Fuck you. Fuck you. No, it is not. I am sorry. This is the angriest I've ever gotten on one of these lives. Absolutely not. Get that ball. Get that ball. Oh my god, dude. There's like 10 of you around. Watch your tongue, Rob. You will be kicked out. Wawa is trash. Wawa is the friend that you have. Sheets is better. Get fucked. Get absolutely fucked. No. Sheets is a gas station, my guy. Sheets is a fucking gas station. Wawa is home. It is friendly. It is that little beacon of hope in the distance at 2 a.m. Sheets is better. Absolutely fucking not. No. What was I even saying? It was something about ratings. No, I'm getting rage bait. I know that. I know I'm getting, and I'm falling for it. That's the problem. I'm falling for the fucking rage bait. Do I fall for the rage bait with Cowboys fans? No. You know, I get like random fans on here that want. No. Sheets versus Wawa rage bait? Absolutely not. No. Sheets can't hold a can. You walk in, it just smells like motor oil. Thank you for trying to make me feel better, J Roll. Thank you. Okay. It's getting weird now. I would go to 7-Eleven before Wawa. Then you're a fool, Rob. Then you're a damn fool. You go to 7-Eleven before Wawa. You're beyond help. Honestly, you're just beyond being helped at this point. I can't. I can't with people like you. You know, at some point, it's like I hear J. Cole. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. I want to get rid of my pet. Don't do that, Michael. Well, what kind of pet do you have? Before Rob popped in with his rage baiting, we're talking about John's ratings. Yeah, look, unfortunately, the Fanatic has a reputation of changing their lineup every year and a half, 2 years. So even when you get used to a show, I think the listener is like, well, what's the point? I'm gonna end up liking the show and it's gonna change. And then, as I said, like, Joe Giglio and Hugh, for how bad that show is, only because of Joe. I don't have any problem with Hugh, but they've been a long-standing show for, I don't know, 4 years now. Like, you're just used to it. You're accustomed to it. So there's no doubt in my mind that John is putting on a better product, because I know John and I know he's not doing hot take bullshit. But I also know that it's an uphill battle just creeping into that. The Fanatic at one point had a foothold and they had an ability to beat WIP. And WIP was on the ropes and the Fanatic just let them go. They changed lineups. They brought in people that didn't work. You've got a situation where some program directors were just horse with blinders with certain people. And they were like, no, like, he's going to be big or this is going to work. And it just didn't. And so it's a combination of a lot of things, but yeah, I don't think they're probably very good. Wow, that's subject trash. Rob, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just mute. You can stay, but I'm muting you. For my own mental health, I am muting you. I can't take it. You're so off base with this. The Wawa hate is unfucking real. Like, and it won't be tolerated. It just won't. If you're a Sheets and a 7, that's pass interference. All day. I don't know. How do you throw your hands up, dude? You never got turned around. It's Jacorian. It's like, that's football 101, my guy. If you are a Sheets versus Wawa person, you're delirious. If you are a 7-Eleven versus Wawa person, you are just, as I said, beyond being saved. Mikey, somebody, Natalie asked, I don't know if you answered, but Natalie asked where in England you were, and then I tried to guess. And you're literally holding his arm, man. Like, how do you argue that? Where you are in England. I said Liverpool. I forget where you are, though. And then, yeah, I actually called Cooney last week, and he didn't answer, which was rude. But then he called me back, and we've yet to touch base. But yeah, I talk to him fairly often. The people I stay in touch with the most, by the way, Commander's down at the 1 yard line. Thanks to that pass interference. People I stay in touch with the most are Andrew and Jamie, because we're all in a group chat. We talk pretty much every day. People to walk by and say he is cute, just so I can ask if they want him. Jesus. You're lucky I'm straight. You're lucky I'm straight. How about that? Newcastle upon Tyne. That's what I love about England. They do the upon. Stratford upon Avon. He's not down. He wasn't down on that. I don't know where he was going to go. I also love the creativity of the people that came over and started naming states over here. Like, well, what are we going to name it? It's kind of like Jersey. We'll just call it New Jersey. All right, done. All right, touchdown, Commanders. Yeah, that's touchdown. They got in. Hey, I don't know what that is. Insued? I used to live in Newcastle. Oh, well, you and Mikey can be friends. Savor the regular season come playoffs. Scales are scales? Nope. We're not doing the nope. You count. Another one. Nope. No, I'm not gonna. TikTok wants me to know if I want to block the word trash. No, I just want to mute the Wawa hate. for my own personal sanity. I don't need it. There's a Philadelphia literally 15 minutes from me. What are the similarities, Mikey, between the Philadelphia that's 15 minutes from you in England and the Philadelphia that you know and love? I'm genuinely curious. Save the regular season, come playoffs, Eagles are eliminated. Maybe, Jordan. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I want to be shocked if that happened. I don't think they're one of the elite teams. This is weird though. I did an interview with Jeff Mosher, who I don't know if oh, go Birds. Um the morning show with you, Jamie, John, and Bob was goated. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Kay. Yeah, it was that show started kind of falling apart a little bit when Jamie got let go, and that obviously was a decision made by the higher ups. But he was the glue that kept that show together and made that really fun. I'm not saying it wasn't fun afterwards, but it was just Jamie's just one of those guys. And the same thing, but like you want to go to work and see those guys every day. They're fun. But I was doing an interview with Jeff Mosher, who, if you don't know, is a former Eagles beat writer, insider. Now he does a podcast called Inside the Birds, and he writes for Philly Voice. And he's one of these like inside football guys. So I did an interview for him from my YouTube channel, and we were discussing the fact like this year really is like a wide open for the NFL. Like, there's no like top dog. There's no Chiefs. There's no Eagles from last year. There's no like, okay, like you got to go through this team. Like you could theoretically see every single team in the playoffs losing. I mean, the Bills are really good, but they did just lose to the Eagles. But the Bills are good, but the Bills find new ways to lose every year. And then you look at Drake May and the Patriots, but like, are they too young to actually make a run? And yeah, I mean, I like the Rams probably the best out of the NFC. But the NFC is going to go through Seattle, and that's historically one of the toughest places to play because they wisely, I don't know why more teams don't do this. They wisely built their stadium to trap the sound in, which every place should do. Well, yeah, exactly. Bills, Buffalo and Philly have playoff experience. So it's just difficult of like who actually is the premier teams and who aren't, because some of the premier teams don't have the playoff experience, i.e. Sam Darnold and that Seattle team. Whereas like Philly and Buffalo, while they don't look, well, at least for Philly's sake, Philly doesn't look great at times, but like they have it. It's, so there's no top team. So if somebody comes on, it's like, oh, they're going to, the Eagles are going to lose next week. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll still be here. I like Andrew, but he ain't no Moshe. Mosher is an OG. Mosher's the best. I love Andrew. There will be no, not that you're giving Andrew's slander, but like Andrew's awesome. I'll tell you, me and Andrew did a show before the NFC Championship game against the 49ers. And Andrew was driving, which means that Andrew like dictates, he's the main guy, and he gives the phone numbers out and addresses the topics and stuff. And then like I'm just the second in command. So like I'm in the passenger seat. He and I just like kind of react to what Andrew's saying. We got this caller calls up, and he's just talking so much shit being a 49ers fan. Andrew just sat back and just let me cook. I just went off on this dude. And Andrew did not interject and just sat back and just watched. And it ended up being a really, really good clip of me just absolutely eviscerating this guy. And that's a testament to how good Andrew is, that even though he's in the driver's seat, he didn't feel the need to like steal shine, if you will, in that moment. He knows when to kind of stop talking and when to go. And that's why he's going to have a very long, that's why he's doing ESPN National now. Andrew's good at looking into prospects from my viewpoint. Yeah, I mean, Andrew's a good baseball guy. Foot injury, and I think he'll be fine. Are we talking about Phillips? I'm sorry. Darnold has to be. I love the fact that Sam Darnold has like. I like seeing any quarterback that got thrown into the fire. Good throw by Tanner McKay. I like seeing any quarterback that got thrown in the fire way too early, that clearly should have been holding a clipboard, but they were started because their coach and organization was impatient. They flame out with that team. They go to some other team and they succeed. And Sam Darnold is a case in point. He went to Jets, obviously started there, flamed out, went to Carolina, flamed out, gets to Minnesota, finally has success. Like a lot of these quarterbacks should be holding a clipboard for the first year or two, and they don't. And then they go other places, Baker Mayfield of the world, and they'll thrive. Good run by Tank. Please lose. We need Green Bay versus Chicago in round one. I don't want them to lose. I have $10 on this game. Where do you work? So I used to work at a sports radio station in Philly for a while. That's what people were talking about in my YouTube chat. And then I got let go from there in May of 2024 because the unfortunate truth about radio is once you start making a livable wage, you're immediately on the chopping block. And that's pretty much what happened. Like I was lucky to get 2 contracts out of it, but I got let go, and I just started doing YouTube full time. But I was an idiot about it. Instead of capitalizing on me getting let go when I did, and like starting a sports YouTube channel like right away. I didn't do that, and I probably could have gotten monetized fairly quickly had I done that. And I waited because I was kind of burnt out talking about sports. So I waited, missed the entirety of the Eagles Super Bowl run, and then started it in April, and then I just got monetized for that YouTube channel in December, a couple weeks ago, and it was really thanks to this one YouTuber. Good dump off pass. Good dump off pass. Go Tank. Go Tank. Go Tank. Let's go Tank. Oh my God. See, I have $10 on Tank Bigsby to score a touchdown. This is my kid's college fund. Great catch and run. But what was I saying about YouTube and stuff? Oh, it was all really thanks to this one YouTuber named I think it's Tony Grassi. But he's a very successful YouTuber. He's a Green Bay Packers fan. Me and him have literally never talked. Kyle Granson sighting. We've never talked once. And a couple weeks ago, it was the Detroit game. Not the Detroit game. It was the Chargers game. And out of nowhere at halftime, like my YouTube feed started blowing up with people. And I guess this guy told him, like, hey, like go support it. Tom. I always mess it up. I always say Tony. I think it's because Tony Graziani. But yeah, Tom Grassi. He just sent like all of his people to like my feed. And we've never talked. Like I DM'd him on Instagram to thank him, but it ended up getting me a lot of followers like that night, and everyone was like super nice and stuff. Like I was thrown off by it at first because everyone was just like raid, and I was like, all right, yeah, you guys can stay because I need this. I need the views. But AJ Dillon sighting, there it is. Totally forgot he was alive until this game. But they've come back a few times. Like I don't know if he continues to send them my way. Again, we've never talked. But he's a big reason why I ended up getting monetized in December, and I didn't have to wait till January because like his followers ended up subscribing. So Josh Allen, I did not hear that Josh Allen has a foot injury, but he should be fine, I'd assume. Yeah, and Bill, that's the thing. Like I had no idea who he was. Like I was completely ignorant to it, and like people were, because I was like, what is going on? But like, hey, you guys seem cool, stay. All right, good throw away, but it's 3rd and 1. I wonder if they do the push here. Just to say they, just fuck it. Just do the push. Looks like they're going to. But then people were like explaining, like, no, like he told us to come, and like I guess he does like a lot of charity work. He announced one of the draft picks when the draft was in Green Bay. So yeah, he seems like a cool guy. Obviously, like he didn't have to do that. Like he doesn't know me. But Tom does that to some streamer every single game. I don't know if he's like continuing to do it for me because like last week was the same thing and the week before that. But I get like 3 straight weeks. It was like at halftime, I got a bunch of people that were like, "Raid." I don't know if he's doing it specifically because he feels bad for me. Which like, thanks. I mean, I don't blame him on that front. But anyway, he's a big reason about why I was able to get monetized as quickly as I was. So shout out to him. I'll forever be appreciative. And everybody was everyone was like super nice. Like it's like sports, and if there's one thing I know about talking about sports for the most part is like it's a toxic environment. Like for them, there's a lot of people that want to like let you know that you don't know what you're talking about, and they just want to shit talk. And like everybody in the chat was like super nice, and it was like all walks You know, we had like Niners fans, Seahawks fans, Cardinals fans, Packers. There was like one or two Eagles fans in there, but everyone was super nice, and a lot of them subscribed, which I will tell you is the hardest part of starting a YouTube channel is just getting people to subscribe. And I'm sure that people have watched my lives before, just happy that I finally hit that threshold because I was begging. All right, 4th and 1. Oh, he's got nowhere to go. He's got nowhere to go. And shout out to Granson for trying to sell that pass interference, but why are you throwing the ball in 4th and 1? Why? Why in the world would you do that? It's 4th and 1, and you've got Tank Bigsby. Like that's just a dumb play call. Oh, it's horrible. Anyway, um, well, the Josh Johnson, the Commanders will take over at like the I don't know 6 yard line, but yeah, everyone was cool. That's my point that I think I was getting to. Um, good job in that game we had with you. It was very hard kicking up with you, but dude, the game was stressful. That game was stressful, very stressful. Who you got Sunday Night Football matchup? Remind me who it is. Like I did my picks a couple days ago. I'm in a league where like you just pick against the spread. That's it. Every week you just pick against the spread. And I made my picks, but I forget who it was. I have the Ravens, but that is only because it's twofold. Before the season, I thought it was going to be Eagles Ravens in the Super Bowl. So I still think they're a good team, but I also don't think the Steelers are very good. But I don't know ball, so like it means the Steelers are probably going to roll. Um, and then Dylan, why don't you run the ball there? Said the same thing. I don't understand it. And not only that, like they have Tank Bigsby in that spot, who like every Eagles fan will tell you, like all season long, he's been running extremely hard. So the idea that you don't run there, but that's par for the course for the Eagles is, you know, oh, it's 3rd and 13. Okay, we'll run up the middle. Oh, it's 4th and 1. No, we're not going to run. We're going to take our giraffe like quarterback and we're going to have him drop back. Oh, wait, he's flushed out of the pocket. Yeah, it's extremely dumb. I don't know why they didn't do it. I would have rather had them do the tush push in that situation than throw the ball. The throwing the ball would have been my last option. It would have been run with Tank Bigsby, tush push, kick a field goal, throw, then punt. Who the fuck is Harlan Coben? I swear, some of these like CBS, Fox, NBC shows, they come on and you're just like, no. And that used to be our thing. It used to just be nothing but like, oh, I can't wait for Survivor. I know some people still watch Survivor. No hating on it, but like, I the now it's nowadays those commercials come and you're like, who greenlit that? The fact he survived, everyone knowing he's seen a ghost is mind blowing, but I think he will choke in the playoffs. Yeah, that's the thing is the Bills have kind of found ways to just lose in the playoffs. All right, Washington taking a timeout. That's good. I love how they come out of a TV timeout and they still have no idea what they're doing. Eagles aren't playing most of their good players. That is true, Jen. That's a factual statement. I look, I get asked this like every week. I can show the game, I just don't. I think I'm a hard 6, but in fairness, I still think I'm better looking than watching Tanner McKee drop back on a 4th and 1, get flushed out of the pocket, and throw it out of the back of the end zone. I apologize. But no, every week, this is just what it is. There might be, I'm sure there is somebody on TikTok just doing like a straight up, they're showing the screen. For me, it's because I like answering the questions and I can't do that if I just show the game. So that's why you get my face. I apologize if I'm not your type. All right, good tackling though. Good tackling on that. So Washington comes out of a TV timeout. They have no idea what they're doing. They take another timeout. Then they call a run up the middle. They get stopped for a 2-yard gain. Just kind of proven it could always be worse, Eagles fans. Thank you. Thank you on the compliment. Iado. We had a couple Wawa haters on here, a couple people that were deep in, Big Sheets' pockets that came on and flooded the chat with anti-Wawa rhetoric, and I just had to mute them. I had to absolutely mute them because it won't be tolerated. They were going so far as to say 7-Eleven was better. We're not tolerating that. You want to say Buc-ee's is better, and I've never been to Buc-ee's, but like, fine. I've seen the videos. I get it. But like 7-Eleven, you're in danger of getting salmonella. Go Philly. Thank you. Yep. Wawa mac and cheese. I mean, like, the thing, there's a lot of Wawa hate with people in Philly, 3rd and 2, by the way, that are just unappreciative because I feel like a lot of people in Philly, they don't leave Philly. And if they do, they go down the shore where there's a bunch of Wawas. And I'm here to tell you, as we wait for this 3rd and 2 call, I'll wait till the end of the play. Handoff. They got a first down. You don't appreciate Wawa till you were an absolute podunk. When you are in some town that closes at 8 p.m. and you are hungry at 8:05 and there's nothing to eat around, that's when you appreciate Wawa. So for me, most of my hockey games are at 10:50 at night. I'm not leaving the rink till 12:30. You know who's there? You know who's always ready to just give me a big old bear hug? Wawa. Multiple locations of Wawa. And they just have so much that I can just like pick and, sometimes I get mac and cheese. Sometimes I get a breakfast burrito. Actually, usually I get breakfast burritos because they're low in calories. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little adventurous, look at a smoothie. It's just the comfort of it. All right, 2nd and 7, about to hit. They're just gonna walk off, so they're gonna let it go down the 2-minute warning. Washington gets the ball, by the way, to start the second half. It's 7-7. You figure we're gonna get the 2-minute warning. They're gonna come out. They're gonna do 2 plays, get nowhere, and I mean maybe the Eagles get the ball back, but 2nd and 7. So see, that is so cowardice. Dan Quinn talking all that shit the last time these two teams played, saying, "Oh, we play them in 2 weeks. We'll remember that." And then you go out and you don't even run a play before the 2-minute warning. I buy the Wawa coffee and make it at home every day. So I've never had the Wawa coffee, but I have had. Well, no, that's not true. I end up getting it at like the touchscreen. If I'm like really tired before my hockey games, I'll get coffee. Boom. All right. I had to drag and tell TikTok that I was still alive. You have no clue what you're talking about. Okay. That's fine. You're not the first person to say that. I probably don't. That's fine. Thank you for keeping me in check. The smoothies hit. The smoothies are good. Funny enough, when this was probably like 10 years ago. After the games, I would get a smoothie and then I'd wonder like why I wasn't losing weight. Because I'd play a full hockey game and I'd be like, all right, well, I'm going to get a smoothie. And like the fruit smoothies are like 600 calories. I wasn't getting the fruit smoothies. I was getting like the cookies and cream ones. And I was just, then I beefed up. Actually, that last video that I posted about the watch along with, it wasn't a watch along, but it was like the recap or whatever of Heated Rivalry episode 1. I feel like I look huge in that. So I probably need to lose some weight. Thanksgiving hit. It's just gained a good 5 pounds. Haven't finished it off. And then I wonder why. I'm like, oh, how have I not lost weight? And then I crushed 3 Rice Krispie treats. I'm on a Rice Krispie treat kick. It's the commercial break, by the way. You're not missing a thing for the 2-minute warning. All right, what do we got? Wawa iced tea's amazing. Never had their eggnog. I'm having iced tea earlier. I used to crush their lemonade tea. And then they changed the recipe, and I don't like it now. But the regular iced tea's good. I'll tell you that the veteran move that you can do during the Philly season is and I used to do this in college all the time, but you take the half gallon of iced tea, put it in your freezer, freeze it. Then you take it to CBP for the Phillies game, and it will melt but as it's melting, it will also act like an ice cube. So it is not lukewarm in the second inning. It will stay cold the entire game. And as long as it's not open, like they let you in with it. So yeah, I mean that's I would do that in college because I was going to like 40 games a year, and I wasn't about to. Good. Oh, he picked it off. Let's go, Jalix Hunt. What a fucking grab. And they're in red zone. Beautiful. Great call, Dan Quinn. Great call. Wait for the 2-minute warning. Good job, bud. You're crushing it. You're really showing the birds. Oh, tremendous effort. Jalix Hunt has had the best jump up. I mean, close to, I would say close to Nakobe Dean, because Nakobe Dean has been like playing at an all-pro level, and I don't think anyone expected it coming off an injury. But Jalix Hunt is really taking like that next step. All right. Back when the Phillies are good. The Phillies are still good. Stop. Phillies are good. They just lost to the eventual World Series champions. Just a reminder, at halftime, I jump off to charge my phone, and then I'll come back, obviously, for the second half. If anyone cares, if anyone's like, I need more of this guy talking about Wawa and Jalix Hunt love. But I'll stay on for YouTube if anyone cares. All right. I need to make my dinner anyway. What are you having? AJ Brown better than Randy Moss. I don't think he is, but where's the game streaming? I mean, I'm watching it on Hulu, but it's on CBS if you can get it. All right, 7-7. Tanner McKee time. Over the middle. Let's go. Let's go. Now they're down to like the 4-yard line. What a dart by Tanner McKee. Flag on the play. What is this going to be? Please don't tell me it's taunting. Oh, it's solid. I need to figure out what I'm doing for dinner. I think it's going to be hit for taunting. Gerald, what are you doing? Come on, man. I hate this taunting call. We haven't seen it in a lot of weeks, and it's not like I'm biased because I hate it when it helps the birds or when it doesn't. I'm just a firm believer that these are pro athletes, and it's not U10. They're pro athletes, and we're hitting them with taunting calls. Like, it's absurd. Are you serious? I still think that's weak as shit. I'm sorry. I think that is weak as shit. I hate these rules. Again, and I complain about it when it benefits the birds, but it completely backs them up. Now they're on the 20-yard line. They went from the 4-yard line to the 20. Tanner McKee, back shoulder fade doesn't work. It's just, I've said this before, but like you get a sack and the entire team goes down to the end zone and does a choreographed dance number, and that's not taunting. No, that's not like hurting people's feelings. And I don't think it should be taunting. Like I think have fun. All right. Yeah, Bush League call. Steve says, and if that went against the Eagles, I'd say the same thing. These are grown adults getting paid millions of dollars, and we're worried about their heart, their feelings. I don't know. Crazy thought. Like, don't let them catch the ball. There's the Kevin Patullo call. 2nd and 10, delayed handoff up the middle. And you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna settle for a fucking field goal. Like, what is that? Why are you calling that? I guess to kill clock, so Washington can't get the ball back. But like they're not doing anything if they get the ball back. Like they're not even gonna try to hit the end zone because they're getting the ball to start the second half. It's okay, Karma. It's okay. You can stay. We're very welcoming here. Very welcoming. We're allies. All right. 3rd and 10. Obviously need a first down. Picked off. Jesus Christ. That's not great. I don't know. What was he looking at? It looked like he had somebody wide open, and he just stared him down. What was he looking at? So this is going to be a bunch of nothing because Washington's not really going to run a true play. They're just going to probably do a run to get out of the half. Yeah, he threw in a triple coverage. You know, it's a commercial break. I want to see who he had wide open. All right. He had Kyle Granson wide open in the end zone. Well, wide open. And he just stared down whoever he was throwing to. Oh, well, there that goes. There go those points. All right. I hate that taunting is a penalty. Buddy, I just went on a whole rant about it. I'm with you. And then it ends up really hurting them because you're on the 4-yard line. You just run the ball 4 straight times to tank. You're probably going to score. I appreciate your allyship, but football is not my sport. All good. All good. I understand. Many people would say football is not my sport. Many people would be like, that guy doesn't know ball. So, did you go back to bed? Good question, Vinny. Probably should have with how exciting this half of football has been. But no, I think I'm up for the day. I think I'm here. I'm up. I wouldn't say I'm thriving, but I'm up. But yeah, woke up, ready to attack the day. Not ready for my kid to start school tomorrow because that alarm clock is going to be rough. It's like such a nice break to not have to wake up at 8:00. Because for me, it's a commercial break. You're not missing anything. For me, I have to wake up, get him at 30, and then I take him back to my place. And he doesn't have school until 8:45. And I'm usually cooked because I stay up late. So I'm usually running on like 3 hours sleep when I pick him up. And then I'm just like, I'm a mess. My sleep schedule is that of a crackhead. And I don't even do anything. I eat Nerds clusters. I'm so irked by that play. I'm with you. You still in radio? I'm not, Vinny. Got let go in May of 2024 thanks to budget cuts by an incredible company. So incredible that all they do is do budget cuts. And now I do YouTube. So if you search my name in YouTube, you can find my YouTube channel, or there's a link in my bio. I used to nonstop plug it on my Instagram, or my Instagram, Jesus. Hit thumbs down for that. My TikTok lives, I used to plug the shit out of it to get to 1,000 subscribers because you need 1,000 to get monetized. But I promise, it was like, hey, when I hit 1,000, I'm not gonna plug it. I'm not gonna plug it at least as hard. But if someone's curious like you, yeah. So I'm live on there now. And then after the game, I'll do like a post game video, comment, rap thing, and then I don't know. I'll figure out dinner. I gotta walk my dog actually. All right, 40 seconds left. One timeout for the Commanders. They're trying to run more plays. Hey, can I rate your vibe, or do you already have a vibe? I don't have a vibrator. That was so good. I can't believe I fell for it. That was the highlight of this live. I can't believe I fell for it. I can believe it, but that was so good. I've never heard that before. Can I rate your vibe? Oh, man. Bravo. Bravo. You win. You win. You win the live. Congrats. Shut it down. Everybody, just back it in. That was hilarious. Oh, man. I'm going to have to be more careful now about reading the comments. Oh, man. I needed that. I needed that laugh in this boring ass half of football. 7-7 game, 23 seconds left. Can I rate your vibe? Oh, man. All right. Good job by you. You're the MVP. Picks up a first down. He's not in field goal range. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh, no, that was so... Dude, that was very, very clean. That was like... I had no idea where you're going with it. 5 seconds to go. They'll go for a field goal here. That was the highlight of this live for sure. Um, yeah, steal it. Everyone steal that. The setup was incredible. You sold that so well, like so incredibly well. Praying to God Eagles lose been real good lately, so I feel like I deserve their prayer. I understand. I hope they win. I have $10 on the game. How did the Commanders not get a touchdown? They threw an interception. And then they try to field goal. They missed that. I mean, there's ways to have it happen. The Eagles had the same thing. The Eagles were on the 4-yard line, and they had a taunting call. And all right, so he missed the chip shot, but he hit that field goal. All right, so it's 10-7 at the half. Commanders get the ball. Start the second half. I am going to hop off to charge my phone because it's at 39%. But I'll be back for the second half if anyone cares. So give me like 20 minutes. But as always, go Birds. Say 5 new followers. That's it. All right. See if I have any texts, new texts at least. 3. I have 3 new texts. This is a good one. This was to me and 20 other people. I am a recruitment specialist from Indeed. Your background and resume have come highly recommended to us through multiple online recruitment agencies. Therefore, we'd like to offer you an excellent remote part-time job to help update the App Store data. There's no way that this is not real, right? There's just no way. I'm definitely not going to report that as junk. Yeah, there's nothing worse than when you think you're actually going to like get a text message and then you look and it's not a text message. It's one of those. I'm going to blow my nose, but I'm not going to do it on camera because that's rude and disgusting. So give me a second. J-Roll, you don't have to go anywhere, bud. Do you want to say hi to the people? I bet you they'd probably rather listen to you than me. All right, we're back. We blew our nose. We're good. Go Birds. All right. All right. Hey, lay down, bud. Lay down. All right. What's everybody up to? How's everyone feeling? This is like, to me, this is the exact way that we all should have expected this game to go. 10-7 at the half. The only thing I'm a little bit happy about is while I think that Tanner McKee could develop into a legit quarterback, and I think that they could end up showcasing him in this game and using it and, flipping him for, a decent round pick because there's always a quarterback needy team. At least it will shut up the people that really think that Tanner McKee could turn this offense around. Because, nothing against him, but, like, he's not. I think this shines a bigger light on the issues that the Eagles have, which, i.e., are their play calling is atrocious. But then also, like, Tanner McKee's he's developmental project, which is what you expect from a 6th or 7th round pick, whatever he was. You're not expecting. So, like, that interception is a prime example. He stared down the wide receiver. He throws him in triple coverage, gets intercepted in the end zone. He completely misses Kyle Granson, who's wide open in the end zone. But there was this certain sect of the fan base that was like, oh my God, Tanner McKee is going to revolutionize and turn everything around. Like, he's not going to. So I don't even know how many people are on here right now, but there's my halftime analysis as we break everything down. We have 2. So you are appreciated. Just know that. Very appreciated. Because Lord only knows. I would certainly not. Can I edit this? Share. Edit. Nope. Sorry, I was like looking at something. All right. How about the Sixers, folks? Anyone a Sixers fan? They look good. They look really good. It's fun to see Maxey and Embiid and Paul George actually play together. And I'll throw VJ Edgecombe in there too. Their backcourt is fun to watch. Uh, all right. Here's another CBS show. Sheriff Country. No way that sounds bad. Sounds horrible. Oh God, the Golden Globes. I forgot it's gonna be award season coming up. I love movies. I hate award ceremonies so much. Oh man. Gerald, what do you think about the game so far? By the way, anyone's curious, I am wearing an Eagle jersey. I'm wearing my Dawkins jersey, just in case. All right. I can't wait to see them break down this game. All right. In the hunt, Houston. Wild card. San Fran being a wild card is crazy at 12-5. But, when you're playing a team that's 14-3, wild. Oh, Myles Garrett got it. Good for him. Good for him. That's awesome. Did Joe Burrow kind of take a dive on that? He's just happy he just got paid. He made a ton of money off that. Good for Myles Garrett. That's awesome. He seems like a really good guy. 23 sacks. Jesus. That is crazy. He's got to get the hell out of Cleveland. Like, he really, really needs to get out of Cleveland. And they would get such a haul in terms of draft picks. But, like, he's just being wasted. He's just being completely wasted. Just like Joe Thomas years ago. It's like the best thing that's happened to the Browns in I don't know how long. For a team, too, that does not hit on their first-round draft picks, boy, did they hit on that one. Big fan of Nate Burleson, by the way. I think he's a really, really good analyst. He does a really good job with, like, the Slime Time Live broadcasts that they had. All right. Eagles need to put some points on the board. 7 points is not it. And granted, that touchdown was great. Like, Tanner McKee looked great throwing it, all that. But Tank Bigsby not scoring on that catch and run is going to crush me. So I had the Eagles winning the game. I had Tank Bigsby scoring a touchdown. I had the Eagles scoring more than 17 points. There was one other one I had. Maybe like Tanner McKee like throwing for like 180, 190 yards or something. But I'm not confident in any of it. I also had another bet the Eagles win by 10. And I'm not confident in any of that now. And it's not even like it's the same story with the Birds. I'm not confident because their offense can't score. Their defense bails them out. Their offense can't score. They should have scored. They got hit on that horrible taunting call, which is trash. I really, really hope that the Eagles do not play on Saturday. Like, really, really, really hoping that they do not play on Saturday. And it's not like I have plans on Saturday. I don't. I just really don't want them to play on Saturday. I feel like it just kind of ruins the weekend. Although my weekend is, I have my kids this weekend, so it's not really going to matter. But Houston 38-30. Again, I'm like catching up on all this stuff because I was busy sleeping. Cleveland won. Wow. Okay. God, the Panthers clinching at 89 is so gross. Dallas losing the Giants. That's so fitting. Is there a team out there like the Dallas Cowboys that like routinely it's like, oh, Dak's so much better and he'll lead the league in passing and all that, and yet they always find a way to not make the playoffs? They'll have some good wins thrown in there. Obviously, the Eagles, the come from behind 21-0 game, that's a marquee win. But they just always find a way to lose the games like that. Not that this game mattered because they were already eliminated, but like it just cracks me up that they always find a way to make their way out of the playoffs. And then you have to deal with Cowboys fans like, oh, Dak is so much better. He's great until it matters. And then all of a sudden he like crumbles. All right. J-Roll, can you watch out for a second? I just want to see how much I got. 50%. Okay, you're good. My dog is lying on my phone, so I made him move. And he gave me a look like, what the fuck's your problem? You guys are quiet right now. Oh, I don't know how many people are even on. What do we got? 3. We have 3 people on now. Okay. I said it earlier. What's funny is like these do fairly well on TikTok. I can like max out usually in like a marquee game. I can max out like 150 at a time on TikTok, but like I'll hover around like 20-ish people. And then like YouTube is the exact opposite. YouTube is like you loyal 5 people maybe that will watch these, and that's it. It's like a loyal core group. There's Lemmy, there's Steve. You guys are here like every week. Mikey sometimes chimes in, but if he's not on here, he'll chime in on TikTok. But it's funny the yin and the yang of YouTube versus TikTok, and TikTok kind of pushing out the lies, whereas YouTube is like, somebody wants to find it, cool. But if not, doesn't stop me from like socialing it out every week though. All right, start of the third quarter. Really hope that this is like Ross Tucker ends up climbing the ranks because he's really, really good at this job. Man, that stadium is empty though. That stadium looks like a preseason game. I mean, this basically is. It counts for the standings, but when you've got Josh Johnson versus Tanner McKee, this is one that you buy tickets from like on StubHub for probably like $30 and take your kid who's been begging you, when are we going to go to an Eagles game? And you're like, all right, we'll go to this one because it's cheap as hell. 18 minutes of total possession for the Commanders. Passing yards, 141 for Tanner McKee. Okay. 33 only for the Birds. Thought there'd be more than that. They had some costly drops in there. They're like Will Shipley had a costly drop out of the backfield. Tanner McKee's been off some of his throws, but for the most part, it comes down to, for me at least, it comes down to that one taunting call that would have put them on like the 3 or 4 yard line, where I would have had the utmost confidence they score, and then they end up following up with an interception, gives the ball back, puts 3 points on the Commanders' side. All right, good tackle, really good tackle. They need more turnovers though. J-Roll, watch out, bud. Watch out. Yep, you're fine. Oh, I have a notification from Tinder. I put minus 450 that it is an advertisement and not a, hey, somebody actually would think about dating you. So let's take a look. Tinder. Oh no, yeah, it's an advertisement. Yeah, crush that. All right, let's go back on TikTok. Live. Okay. All right. 2nd and 10. Here we go. Put this down a little bit just to conserve battery. And then we'll press that button to conserve battery. Okay, we're good. Go Birds. Go Birds. Still can get the win, and the Lions are winning so far. Yeah, that's crucial. I mean, last year we saw what happened when you had the number 2 seed, right? Especially, and I think this is an underrated part of it too. The fact that you don't have to travel, like if you have the number 2 seed and somebody beats Seattle, and you don't have to not just play in Seattle, but just travel out to Seattle, that's so big. I would watch that, Craig, if I were you. But hey, man, you do you. Live your life. You all right, Jay? Yeah, you're good. And that was such a thing last year with the Birds. Like they didn't have to get on a plane for it was something like 2 months until the Super Bowl. And that's such an added advantage that people do not discuss. So that's why getting the number 2 seed is key. All right, incomplete. Let's get that punt team out. Who would you like Philly to play in the first round? Honestly, I mean, there's nobody that I look at and I go, oh, they're like an easy matchup. I think the Birds can lose to any of them, so it doesn't really matter to me, sadly. Last year, I was the exact opposite. I was like, it doesn't matter, but that's just because they can beat anybody. And this year, I'm like, there's no easy matchups, unfortunately. Because I said this when I was just on YouTube during halftime, when I was like off of Jesus. Really, really hope he stepped in the end zone, because if not, the ball's going to be down on the 1 yard line. It doesn't matter. It's a well-placed punt. But this game right now, it shows the problems with the Birds. It's like, it's not – they should be up 14-10. I mean, if you don't have a taunting caller at the 3 or 4 yard line, you punch it in with a run. But it's not even so much that. It's 4th and 1. You don't call a run there. You call a passing play. Like their play calling is a huge issue, and that's why I'm not confident if they face anybody. There's nobody that I'm going to be like, oh, they're going to roll. So thus, it's like I don't really care who they play. That's why I don't really argue with people when they're like, oh, the Bears are going to lose next week. They very well might. I could totally see that. Are people saying bench Hurts for McKee? Yeah. It's funny how all of a sudden those people shut up, right? Wait till Hurts comes in. I have wondered, Wayne, if this game gets down to it, they can win. Lions are holding on. What do you do? Because you've already told Jalen Hurts you're not going to play him. You figure he didn't go through first team reps, but does he need it? I would think about throwing him in there. I mean, I think he can survive a quarter of football or whatever it is, but I think that they thought that they could have a nice. You too. You too. Go Commanders. All good, man. You can cheer for your team. All good. I got mad respect for anybody in a live cheering for a 4-win team, and that's not hate at all. That's I'm dead serious. Um, but I think the Eagles went into this thinking, okay, it's going to take a lot to get the number 2 seed. We're not going to bank on all that happening. We'll try to showcase Tanner McKee a little bit, boost his trade stock so that maybe some team will offer us, a 2nd-round pick for the guy, a 3rd-round pick, and then we just can't, we can't say no to it. And that's all well and good, but when the number 2 seed actually is in play, you might have to make a change and go with your guys. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think Reed Blankenship is playing. Their starters are like Brandon Graham's playing, Jahad Campbell's playing. I saw who else? Oh, Devontae Smith's playing. Oh, that's. I mean, there's not a lot of them. Go Bills, all good. I'm gonna break something if the Lions win and we lose. Yeah, right. That takes dedication. That message by who is that? Jordan Davis is playing B3. But that's just art right there. Yep, Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis had a nice tackle on one of them. If you want to say Jahan Dotson, who just got thrown to, I mean, he is technically a starter, but his role in this offense today is elevated. I like how Brett Toth is like, oh shit, like you can literally see him looking back as the guy runs right by him. Yeah, but they can win this. Yep. Smitty's out now. You got a 100. Okay, that makes sense. Tank. 11 yards. That's why you probably should have run on 4th and 1 with Tank Bigsby. Yeah, that makes sense. And Nick, to his credit, has always done that. He's always tried to get guys the markers. You remember Smitty's first year, he wanted to get that rookie record. So you're right. We're probably not going to see him for the rest of the game. All right, here we go. Wide open, Jahan Dotson. All right. 9-yard game. Tank runs hard, like really, really hard. So yeah, I mean, Ross Tucker just said it. Like you probably should rely on your ground game a little bit. He's averaging 6 yards a carry. Yeah, you would think, but then again, this is Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni we're talking about. So, and good blitz pickup by Tank Bigsby. Horrible throw. Especially when you had the first down. Like he could have ran for that and picked up the first down. But in his defense, I'm talking so much about Tank Bigsby being a good running back. Okay, well then run up the middle with him. But really good job. That's not a horrible throw. That's a really good defensive play. That's a really, really good defensive play. I take it back. I'm sorry, Tanner McKee. All right. Is Kevin doing his job? Good question. I don't think he's done his job all season long, but all right, 3rd and 1, and they're in shotgun. Jesus Christ. All right, well, they go to run up the middle, but it doesn't work because you're in fucking shotgun. Good Jesus Christ. Why are you in shotgun on 3rd and 1? This is the problem with the Eagles. They have no idea when to call certain plays. You want to call a run on 1st down? You want to call a shotgun run up the middle? Go ahead. All day. And then that's what we get. That's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Oh, good. False start. Sweet. So they back up even further. Awesome. I love it here. I'll tell you what. Whenever this football team ends up losing, and I hope it doesn't happen. I hope their next loss comes next season. But whenever it happens, it is going to be a very angry day in the city of Philadelphia because it will be a game where they don't just lose on talent; they lose because what a tackle! What a tackle by PHLY Ringo. Great tackle. They will lose because of this shit. Because of play calling and poor coaching. Fly, Eagles, fly. Absolutely. All day. Go Birds. I may get the Legos out frustration. Yeah, just to distract you, right? Eagles need a new quarterback. Get Pavia. They don't. That's the thing. Like, they don't. There was a large contingent of the Eagles fan base that thought that, oh, you put in Tanner McKee, it's going to transform the offense. There's no transforming the offense because their offense is called by Tweedledee and Tweedledum. So, like, there's no – you know what can fix the offense? A proven OC and a coach that doesn't meddle nearly as much as Nick Sirianni does. And that will completely fix it. Yeah, it's still 10-7. Commanders just got the ball back. I mean, it's a typical Eagles game this season. You know, the Eagles are getting bailed out by their defense, and their offense can't get out of their own way. Whether it be play calling, whether it be a taunting call on the 3-yard line that backs them up to the 20, and then they proceed to throw an interception. Like, it's just you watch the game and you go like, they should be up by 2 scores, and they're not because they just a very poorly run team. Very poorly run. Carson Beck will make the offense great. Nah, I disagree. I mean, I've seen what this offense can be when you have a proven OC, and that was last year with Jalen Hurts, and they looked really good. Not a poorly run team, a poorly run offense. You're right. Their defense is great. And that's the biggest difference between this team and the team that collapsed in 2023 is they actually have a defensive coordinator that knows what he's doing. Ringo actually makes a positive play. Yeah, he looked good on that, Steve. Looked really good. Give him credit. You know what? There's one thing I haven't pointed out all year long that the Eagles do so exceptionally well. This team tackles probably the best in the NFL. Do I know that? Have I watched every NFL team? No, I haven't. But it's hard for me to think that there's other NFL teams that tackle as well as the Eagles in open space. Big part of that is like Cooper DeJean is so damn good at tackling in open space. But, I mean, for the most part, like all of them, I mean, they're really, really good at stopping the ball carrier in open space. Second round of the playoffs with this team. I'm not sure either. I'm not sure they get out of the first round of the playoffs, Mike. You are underestimating Jacob Pavia and Carson Beck. You're underestimating how bad Nick Sirianni and Kevin Patullo are at calling an offense. I watched Jalen Hurts with a true offensive coordinator dice up the Chiefs secondary in the biggest game of the season and put up 40 points. And he probably would have put up more had he not gotten pulled. If anytime I'm feeling a little sad, I just think back to the fact that the Eagles pulled their starters in the Super Bowl. And that brings me so much joy. So much joy. Still available in the first round. Eagles, you are respectfully, Sean. No, absolutely not. That would be the biggest waste of a first round pick. They need a right guard badly. They need a tight end. Because Dallas Goedert's on the last year of his deal. They need another outside cornerback. They need a lot more than a quarter. They don't need a quarterback. They don't need a quarterback. They need an OC. They need a right guard. They need a cornerback to go opposite Quinyon Mitchell on the outside. You know, they need a tight end. That's about it. And tight end, they could probably fill just in free agency. Like if they want to go get Kyle Pitts, they can go do that. That's going to be a flag on PHLY Ringo. There you go. Steven PHLY Ringo, take it away. And other than that, they're set. Sean, do you really think that – are you just trolling or do you really think that Jalen Hurts is scared of the spotlight? Because, again, the biggest stage ever, Super Bowl, like he diced them up. I don't think the Jalen Hurts detractors remember that the Chiefs are like the only team last season to take away the run. And the Birds tried, and the Chiefs successfully took away Saquon Barkley. And Jalen Hurts was like, all right, then I'll just dice you up. And that's exactly what he did. proceeded to just dice them the fuck up through the air. So yeah, I don't look at Jalen Hurts and say that guy's scared of the big moment. If you want to make the case, and I don't like dislike the guy, but like if you want to make the case like not Josh Johnson, Josh Allen's scared of the moment. Like I don't think he's scared of the moment, but like they find new ways to lose big games. Doesn't want attention off the field. Well, hey, that's fine. Like, what kind of car does Jalen Hurts drive? I have no idea. I don't care. I don't care what Jalen Hurts drives. I mean, Jalen Hurts is as exciting as a bag of sand. He's a good quarterback though. Now I know you're trolling when you're asking what kind of car does he drive. He drives a '96 Saturn. That's what he drives. Jalen Hurts afraid to even do a podcast. That's the ultimate litmus test nowadays. Does a guy have a podcast? I like how now like every brother combination is trying to do a podcast because of the Kelseys. Oh, that was a bad snap. Eagles ball. Man, they lucked out on that. And who did it? Jalix Hunt again. Second turnover of the game for Jalix Hunt. Let's go. That's big. I'm looking forward to seeing how the offense finds a way to settle for 3 here. But hey. Now see, this is what drives me nuts. It's either all taunting or none of it. The entire defense goes down and does choreographed dances, not taunting. Michael Carter throwing the ball down in front of the guy that he just beat, that's taunting. Come on. What, you don't think the choreographed dance in the end zone makes the center for the Commanders feel bad? And for the record, I don't think any of it should be taunting. But it's just like, it's such a bullshit rule. They literally just pick and choose when they use it. It's horrible. Pat, would you offer Frank Reich the OC job next year or go after a college person with a proven record? I'd have no problem with Frank Reich coming back. And that I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we find out that Frank Reich is already in the building being an advisor, which happens pretty regularly. Like you'll find out a month later. Oh, by the way, so and so was brought in by the Birds as a consultant. Like that happened in I think 03 with Jim Bob Cooter. He was brought in, but you don't find out about this until like a month or 2 later. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. And we all know that Nick's love for Frank Reich. So I think the question is like, does Frank Reich want to come back and be under Nick Sirianni? I guess it depends on how burnout of coaching he is. Get rid of it, dude. Get rid of it. Just throw it the fuck away. What you think about FGL coming back? Florida Georgia line? I'm dead serious. What is it? What is FGL? The taunting they called because he turned. I know why they called it. I just hate the call. I hate it, and I think that and I said it when it happened, and this isn't because it went against the Birds. Like I hate it when the Birds benefited from it earlier in the year, but these guys are paid millions of dollars. They're not PHLY players. They're not playing Pop Warner. If you don't like the fact that a guy was celebrating catching the ball, then you probably should stop him. So I think it's just baby shit soft. All right, good throw. First down. I don't like. I hate country music, but I'm happy for you if you're pumped about it. I love it for you. I know that Britton Covey. I just assumed that was Grant Calcaterra, but look at Britton Covey making plays out here. Good for Britton Covey. Yeah, I mean, I know there was a lot of bad blood with that group, but yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for you. I will never seek them out. It's like the one music genre I can't take. But again, thrilled for you and the rest of Florida Georgia Lions fan base. Tank, bounce, Tank. What a run. He should have been stopped and ended up getting another 4 yards from that. Tank Bigsby out here running hard. 2nd 3. Who's playing quarterback right now? Josh Johnson, the Commanders, and then Tanner McKee for the Birds as he tries to up his trade stock. Funny enough, Vincent, that phrase has been banned in my household. Bigsby. I will remind everybody, I have 10 American dollars on Tank Bigsby to score a touchdown. We need this. We desperately need this. And we're in that area where, damn it, he could do it. I'm a little worried, though. He's gotten the ball twice now, so it's like a passing down. He's in, though. But he's 6-yard line. It's going to take a hell of a run from Tank. Another handoff to Tank. Get in there. He's down to 3. They're not going to run it 4 times to Tank, will they? They should, though. Reward Tank. Feed the beast. I need this. If I win this bet, my kid might be able to afford to go to college. And I'm worried in this situation that they're going to do a play action and pass like Jahan Dotson in the flat. No, Tank. Push him. Oh, God, and he got stopped. Oh, and they called it dead. That's going to end up costing me $10 because they ran it with him 4 times. They're not going to do it a 5th. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with them calling it dead right there. It looked like the play was stalled, but fuck. This is that Steven said 4-year or junior college. That's the difference right now. That's the big difference. Come on, you got to give it to him again. Feed the beast of Tank Bigsby. Oh God, this is big. We got $10 riding on this. $10 on Tank Bigsby. What are we doing? What are we doing? What is that for? What is this for? Throw a flag on the Commanders and then run it with Tank. Oh, they called a timeout for Washington because they're trying to figure out how to stop Tank. That's why they call it timeout. This is actually good for me because it gets Tank a little bit of rest. You know, they're refueling the Tank. That's what they're doing. Even Tank's like, I wasn't getting the ball. I don't know what I'm doing. This is good though. Do I still fear a, RPO Jahan Dotson in the flat that gets me 0 money? No. Or yes, I do. I still fear that. Deron Payne is not happy. Not happy at all. He's going up against a 3rd stringer. All pissy. All right, Tank. All right. Cash money here. Come on. Alexander Hamilton on the line. Tank it. Tank Bigsby. Cash money. Just won $12 American. Let's go. My kid can go to college. Yes, Tank Bigsby. My kid can go to college. But not one of the expensive ones. One of the cheaper ones. And he will need a scholarship, at least a partial one. But we can afford the meal plan. Yeah, we can afford the meal plan. He's going to have to buy his own books. But we can afford the meal plan. Thanks to Tank Bigsby. Let's go. Tank time. All right. Jake Elliott hitting field goals too. That's big. Thank you, by the way, for all of your support and that. I felt the good vibes, not the vibe. The guy earlier, in the first live, he was my vibe rater. He never actually rated my vibe, but I felt it. I felt the good vibes flowing into the team on that to turn my my Alexander Hamilton into, I think, 2250. So, boom. First round exits, maybe Mike. That's a great name, by the way. Great name. I have an adorable video. The only good thing about the Eagles-Chargers game was the Monsters, Inc. game that they still have on Disney Plus. And I have an adorable video of my 2-year-old screaming for Mike Wazowski. Like, go, Mike! Because the one Saquon Barkley run was one of the few positive plays the offense had. He had a really nice run, and my 2-year-old was going nuts, cheering for Mike Wazowski. But dynamite name. That's the point of that. But yeah, they might very well lose. You know who didn't lose? Me on that bet for Tank Bigsby. I wish I could make the Tank Bigsby a song into my ringtone. Go Birds, and my basketball coach has the same name as you. Oh, really? So I did a paper in college on another Pat Egan, who was a Quinnipiac like dual athlete. He played basketball and he played baseball. And he's back at Quinnipiac. He's coaching baseball. But he made it to the pros. He made it to Major League Baseball with the Brewers as a Rule 5 pick. But I did a whole paper on the guy about how we're the exact opposites. Like, he's athletic and he was tall, and I'm short as shit and not athletic. And funny enough, a couple months ago, I got a DM from a kid who was like going through his like baseball stats. He was like, "Oh, I hit like 87 in this, and oh, I'm hoping to hear from you, coach." And I kind of ignored it. I was like, "This is weird." And then he hit me up again, and I realized like he thinks I'm the baseball coach, Pat Egan, and I'd be like, "Bro, I'm not him." But I hope to God you get your scholarship. I wonder what that kid's up to. Go Birds, Allie. Always go Birds. Yes, Alani, go Birds. But I'm sure your basketball coach knows way more about basketball than me. I tried to get a little basketball talk going on YouTube earlier during halftime, but nobody was into it, saying how the Sixers actually look really good and their backcourt's really fun to watch. Can you show us the game? So I do get asked this pretty much every live I do, and I could, but I don't. Because I've been doing this for 18 weeks. So I'm sure there is some other live that can, but I like to respond to people. So that's why you have to view my face. And as I said earlier, in fairness, while I am a hard 5-6-ish on my best day, at times, a lot of times, this is a better look than what you see from the Eagles offense. But then again, their offense just started handing it off to Tank Bigsby, and we're rolling. SNHU D1 baseball. It's probably the same Pat Egan then. If it's Debate King, it probably is the exact same guy. Just let him know there's some rando who's 5'3", not athletic, even though he tries, in Philly that wrote a whole paper on him back in 2008 in college. Because we were supposed to do a compare and contrast. Sixers and Flyers are good. Yeah, I mean, look, to beat the Knicks is, no short task, even though they were without Josh Hart, but go on the road and beat them. I mean, that backcourt of Maxey and Edgecombe is just very fun to watch. Thank God they did not draft Ace Bailey. All right, 2nd and 7 for the Commanders. 14-10. Hand off to Debo, and they're going to snuff it out. I said this during, I think I said it during the break in between the halftime break, because I was only live on YouTube. But the Eagles are so incredibly good at open field tackling. I don't remember if I said that just during the break or if I said that 7 minutes ago, but they're so good at open field tackling. And that's a good example of the end around. They just sniffed it out completely. Even though they're playing their backups. 3rd and 8. Here we go. 3rd and 8. How long have you liked the Eagles? Halftime, Allie, of the last Super Bowl. Roughly when get him. Good rush by Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Right around when Kendrick called Drake a pedo, I was like, I think this is the team for me. So I jumped on, started following them. Now I'm a diehard. Okay, to answer your question seriously, so I mean, I was raised here, but I didn't really start truly following the team until probably McNabb, till the '99 draft. I remember watching that live. I also didn't understand football when I was younger. I had to play Madden to understand football, and my dad would try to teach me. It just didn't click with me. And now trying to teach my 7-year-old, it's very difficult to explain all the rules and stuff. But yeah, that was it. But every once in a while, somebody would come on and be like, "This dude just became a fan in 2018." I was like, "No, it was the halftime show." So that's your joke of an answer, but yeah. All right, commercial break. Eagles up 14-10. Eagles get the ball. How's everyone's weekend going? I guess we can discuss that with all 9 of you. I still can't believe Travis Hunter, and I can believe Travis Hunter. I can't believe that there's that one commercial with Travis Hunter and Trevor Lawrence. That's shocking to me. That Trevor Lawrence hits ads, because all he's been is a disappointment in the NFL. Jay, you good, bud? My dog's just like walking around. No, I mean he needs to go out. That's the problem. But after the game, bud, after the game, probably like another hour, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. You want to hop up? You want to hop up? Here, come here. No, you gotta hop up over here. You can hop up, dude. You gotta hop up. All right, whatever. Do what you want. All right. Did I miss any comments? I think so. I think I got everybody. My God, Elliott's on fire. I think that's an underrated part of this game. Is like Elliott actually like hitting field goals. Having him go into the playoffs on a high note is big. Delco, go Birds, always and forever, obviously. Damn, Nikki Glazer's looking all right. What's up? Okay. I used to work with a guy who tried very, very hard to hook up with Nikki Glazer. The closest he got was he was invited into like the green room when she was in Philly. But can we see the game? Yeah, I got asked this a little while ago. I hate to disappoint you, but no. I mean, could I do it? Yeah, but I like answering questions, and I've been doing this for 18 weeks. So I'm sure that there is somebody on TikTok Live just showing the game, but you just with my live, you just get me. So apologies if I'm not your type, which I'm sure I'm not. But yeah, you're just getting me breaking down what I'm seeing, which right now is first to 10, Tanner McKee, 27-yard line of the Birds, 14-10. Could really use another touchdown because that would like clinch my one parlay at least. Well, that's not true. My parlay is the Eagles to win. That looked bad. That looked like a high ankle sprain. That looked like a high ankle sprain for sure. His leg got caught. Grant Calcaterra is down. So we're about to get a lot of Kyle Granson. Let's see. Oh yeah. That didn't look great. Yeah, so my one parlay was Tank Bigsby to score, Eagles to win. I think Tanner McKee to throw like 190, and the Birds to score 17 points. So another touchdown clinches most of that, and they would just need to win. That's a hip drop, right? I don't know what you mean. I apologize. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what you mean. Pizza Hut used to have. They're doing a Pizza Hut commercial. They used to have a pretzel crust, and it was just phenomenal. And then they took it from us. That just hurt Calcaterra. I mean, his leg just got caught as he went down to the field. His ankle did at least. It didn't look nearly as bad as I thought it did initially, but it still looked like a high ankle sprain. But I mean, then again, it's this is why you play your backups. I mean, what's the drop off really from Kyle Granson to Grant Calcaterra, or vice versa, I should say. I'm so old. It's a hip drop. I think it was fine. I mean, but I usually end up siding with the refs in a lot of situations. But I didn't think it was like penalty worthy. Eagles fans have absolutely no redeeming qualities. You're right. You're right, Dick Prescott. But you know what? Doesn't mean I don't love hearing from you every week. I still love it. I look forward to you chiming in. You can't make me not love you, Dick Prescott. You can't. Can't do it. Yeah, somebody else, Cody, said that. Or it might have just been you, actually. Let me check. No, somebody else said hip drop tackle. Yeah, all right. Well, they're saying it now on the broadcast. I guess you guys are all right, and I don't know ball. I thought it was fine in the moment, but I was more concerned. I was more looking at his ankle than the actual tackle itself. But all right, you guys have a gripe on that. But again, I don't know ball, so I apologize. Refs and the NFL hate the Eagles. I disagree with that. I don't think they hate the Eagles. Um, all right. 14, second and 4. Tank's got nowhere to go. Doesn't mean he doesn't pick up a yard though. Look at that. Yeah, I don't think the Eagles. I think that's just a. I don't think the refs like hate the Eagles. I mean, I don't think the refs are biased in any because the way I always look at it is, if the refs in the NFL were to actually get together and be like, all right, let's show favoritism. I think it would be like, let's show favoritism to both LA teams and to both New York teams. And in terms of New York teams, they are trash. Absolute trash. That doesn't mean that the refs don't miss calls. I mean, they do. I was complaining earlier about the taunting call. They were right in terms of the rule itself. I just hate the rule completely. You guys had a gripe with the hip drop tackle. As I said, I was more looking at his ankle and how turned around it got, but in the moment, I didn't think it was anything egregious. He's walking to the back to get looked at, but all right. But they're moving the ball. That's the point. They're moving the ball. All right, 170 passing yards. We need a couple more of those. Britton Covey time. Britton Covey time. Britton Covey time. Britton Covey's one of those guys like everybody loves, right? I think refs bet on players. They might. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if I was working in the league, I would be hard pressed not to, place a wager here and there. But I mean, I would end up losing them too. The epitome of Philadelphia. I can't get mad at that comment, Dick Prescott. I can't. Yeah. All right. Here we go. 1st and 10. I'm sure though, Cody. I'm sure you are correct, and some refs absolutely are gambling on sports. I mean, look, the NBA is rampant with controversy, and nobody cares. Like this shit comes out, no one cares. We just keep watching. Doesn't matter if the players are getting enticed to throw games or whatever. If the refs are doing it, Tank Bigsby, bounce, stiff arm. I'll tell you, Tank Bigsby and Fred Johnson are the two moves that Howie crushed this offseason. And you can make the case that it wasn't even the offseason, it was in season because they were, the last week of training camp. And I think Tank Bigsby was like after like week 1, but absolutely crushed it. Because every time that dude gets the ball, he just starts running over people. All right. Tanner McKee, throw it away, bud. You got nothing. Throw it away. Let's see. Who am I missing? Did I get? Oh my gosh, Pat, you're smiling. Actually, a chuckle. Thanks so much. You should have seen it earlier when somebody got me, completely got me. They were like, "Can I rate your vibe?" And I was like, "No, I don't have a vibe." And I got caught, and I just cracked the fuck up. It was so funny. But that was the first half live. I don't know where that person is, but I wish them nothing but the best for the rest of their days. They it was such a clean they got me so good on it. We all had a good chuckle at that, which we all needed because the first half was horrible. All right, Tanner McKee. I think there's a face mask in there. I think they're gonna get Washington with a face mask. And if not, it's gonna be a holding, but let's see what we get. And he came up, coaches. You can search him up. All right. Yeah, I thought he coached at Quinnipiac. He used to, at least. He used to coach at Quinnipiac after his playing days. I mean, he had a cup of coffee in the brewer with the Brewers at the pro level. But shit, that's more than all of us have had, right? So holding. And then, holding on both. Okay, holding and face mask. They offset even though Washington had two. That sucks. They're just gonna replay the down. But yeah, I remember searching my name and it had there was a defenseman for the Bruins back in like the 40s, and then there was this kid, this Pat Egan. At the time, we were both in college. Although he was like a senior, I was a freshman. The Bears scored. All right, so it's 16-7 Lions with like the entirety of the fourth quarter left. All right, we'll keep you posted on that one because the second seed is alive. All right. All right, so Eagles on like the 23-yard line of the Commanders. They're running with Shipley. They get like 2 yards. It'll be third and long, probably third and 6. Third and 8. Jeez, wasn't even close. Yeah, that should have. Dude, Tank Bigsby plays angry. I'm waiting for the people that say you need to start Tank Bigsby instead of Saquon because they're out there. Those sickos are out there for sure. They're sick individuals. They need help, but you will hear from them. They will probably call WIP. That's good defense. All right, 4th and 8, and you're gonna get the field goal unit out. Bold strategy to throw to Britton Covey on the out. But I'll tell you, if he ended up completing it because of the way the defender dove for the football, Covey would have been able to turn outfield and score. He just missed that. That's a really good pass breakup, actually. Never mind. He hit him on the hands. That's just a really, really good pass breakup. All right, Jake. All right, let's drill this, bud. 39-yarder. Nothing. It's just chip shot. You got it. Never a doubt. Come on. Drilled it. Never a doubt. There was some doubts. There's a little bit of doubt. Allie didn't doubt, but I had some doubts. If I'm being honest, with you guys. Don't tell anybody. All right, 17-10. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Birds are up by 7. I do have another bet that the Birds will win by 10, but like, I don't want to get greedy. I already cashed my Tank Bigsby bet. So they're showing this guy in the stands right now that is dressed up in like all Eagles gear. And when I say all Eagles gear, like he looks like a player, but he's also in like a full-on like Eagles. Like he looks like he's dressed up as the animal. That's a lot of work for a Week 18 game against a 4-12 opponent. In a game where like Tanner McKee's starting. I just if I had tickets, I might sit that one out in terms of the dressing up. I might go like for example, like tonight, like I have my Eagles jersey on, like it's on. But if you followed any of these lives, I'm never wearing a hoodie during it. When I started doing this today, I was cold, so I just put my hoodie on. But it's like felt like Week 18 was okay to just wear the hoodie and cover it up, or to just wear the jersey. I'm having a stroke. I'm not talking correctly. All right. Probably a commercial break. At least it's not the Grinch. Oh my God, the Santa Claus guy. Yeah, don't get me started. I agree, the Grinch too, but the Santa Claus guy is like, he wears that all year. It's just, it's a lot. We get it, dude. We get it. Eagles and Santa, and oh my God, and you kind of resemble him. Okay. How there was a flag on 24 and not 24 on the Eagles? I don't know. I didn't call it. That's all. That's why it was on flag. I would be embarrassed to wear an Eagles shirt also. I don't know why. Retired road driver. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. They're 11-5. They won the division. I'd love to know what team you would wear a shirt for, if not for the Birds. Like you say, embarrassed. You might not like the Eagles, but to be embarrassed by wearing the shirt of a defending Super Bowl champ, I didn't cover this up because I was embarrassed. I covered it up because I was cold. So I would love to know. Steelers all the way. Hey, man, I mean, if you want to sound like a Cowboys fan bragging about your 6 Super Bowls, that's cool. But we all know the truth, and the truth is, Mike Tomlin has made a living off of 1 Super Bowl, and since then, he is Mister. I'm gonna do just enough to get in the playoffs and then get absolutely murked. That's just what happens, and you know it, and I know it. Like, doesn't matter what happens with the Sunday night game tonight. If the Steelers end up winning, they ain't doing shit. You look at the list of teams and you go, okay, they're probably the weakest one. So, I mean, talk your shit if you want, but if you want to live in the 1970s when the Steelers were like Sixburg and all that shit and winning Super Bowl, that's great. I mean, Terry Bradshaw's in the booth now, so. But hey, cheer for your team. I don't care. I mean, cheer for your team all day. But I think we all know what the Steelers are, and they're just that team that's just good enough to get in and never good enough to do shit about it. And they haven't been that way since Ben Roethlisberger was the quarterback. And that's just the hard truth. And he won't be gone. That's the thing. Mike Tomlin won't be gone. I'll tell you what Mike Tomlin's going to do. He's going to find another veteran quarterback to bring in to get him to the playoffs and then not do anything. Because that's just what he does. They have a solid team. It's not a great team. It's just they're kind of just there. They're like me. Like, I'm a solid 6. No girl is like calling her friends and being like, "You're never gonna believe the guy I just went out with." I'm just kind of the backup option. I'm just there. I'm the Steelers of guys. I'm good enough to get the date. Probably not good enough to get the third date. Good enough to like buy you coffee. Not good enough to do anything else after that. It's just like that. I'm the Steelers. The only difference is I cheer for the Birds. Let's remember when Roethlisberger was awesome. Roethlisberger's a piece of shit. As a human, he's a piece of shit. Great quarterback. Phenomenal quarterback. I have to agree. Every girl that's been out with me will agree with you on that. Jay, you gotta wait, dude. The fourth quarter's coming. My dog wants to go OUT. You gotta wait, bud. Fourth quarter. Me and the road driver are getting into it about the Steelers. Maybe my dog's just chiming in on it. But like he improved, and I thought he went to therapy. I don't know how the wife and kids. Well, wife's an ex, but she's fine. Kids are fine. Drive me nuts, but for the most part, they're good. You know, yeah, they're good. I have next week. Right now, it's just me and my dog. But I'll see the kids bright and early tomorrow when I have to take the one to daycare and the other to school. So sometimes they're really into sports, sometimes they're not. That's the struggle of having a 7 and 2-year-old. It's got to be a good sign. Grant Calcaterra is running. But thanks for asking. Miss you on 97.5 Morning Show. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I miss it too. I definitely missed it last year when the Birds went to the Super Bowl. I remember the meeting I had with the current program director there when he told me that he was moving me off the morning show, and I was stunned. Let's just say, did not agree with that move. But I'm weird. I thought that moving me off the morning show was a dumb move. And he thought, no, it'll be so much better. And we see what happens with the ratings. Your Wawa doesn't have a Friel machine, though. It doesn't. But my Wawa doesn't. They got rid of the Friel machines when they started making their own. When they started making their own milkshakes and stuff, they were like, we don't have the need for this. I do kind of miss the Friel machines a little bit. They were cool. But the Wawa milkshakes and the smoothies and stuff are just better. They're also way more expensive, but they're better. All right, 17-10, 13:40 left. Josh Johnson and the Commanders have the ball. Steelers a 500 team for several years. Meh, as Stephen Paul says on my YouTube chat. He is correct. He knows ball. Good rush, but Josh Johnson able to avoid it. Good tackle by Jahad Campbell. He'll be just shy of the first, but he's close. Really good pass rush. Credit to Brandon Graham, by the way, who is, he's still in this game. He's still grinding away. I don't care about the Rams game. I had a malt for the first time, and I got to say I liked it more than a milkshake. I haven't had a malt in forever. Mark Andrews' first touchdown. Did he score that? Are you saying it because you need him to score it? Or are you just giving me an update? They're 10 times, but they are. Yeah, I mean, It's amazing that like eventually, like at some point, like Wawa was like, why don't we just install blenders and do it ourselves? Commanders pick up a first down, so 17-10 still, but they pick up a first. But if the Rams lose, we could play the Rams next week. If we lose or the Bears come back, so I mean, I don't think the Eagles. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't think the Eagles will lose this game. But you were correct to your point. So I haven't looked at all the if this happens and that happens, the Eagles play. Like I'll just kind of figure it out later on Twitter. But part of it is just like I mean, there's just no team that I'm like very confident in the Eagles beating because we just don't know what Eagles team we're getting. I mean, even now, right? They're up. He never got turned around. That's pass interference. Should be pass interference. That should be pass interference. Did they call it? Yeah, they called it. It's the latest shit by the CBS guy to throw the flag marker up. But yeah, Sidney Brown, dude, you got to turn around. When are these guys going to learn? You have to turn around for the ball. Like, turn around. As soon as I saw him not turn around for the football, you knew. McWilliams. Not Sam McWilliams, the former Phillies prospect who got traded for Jeremy Hellickson. No, not him. Mac McWilliams. The 4th or 5th round pick from Texas Tech? Yeah, dude, you got to turn around, man. I'm sorry, Sidney Brown, for blaming you. That's football 101, man. You put him on the 1 yard line. Just dumb. It's also dumb to have McWilliams matched up against Deebo Samuel. All right. Let's see if they can stop him here on the 1 yard line. I think he got in. No, he's close. And much of the play. I would much rather play Green Bay. I wouldn't want to play San Fran or the Rams. I think San Fran and the Rams are the 2 premier teams. The NFC is good, though. I mean, like, you look and it's like, all right, well, they're the 2 premier teams, but then you got Seattle, who's, 14 wins this season, and they've got home field, so you don't want to go there. But the Rams, I think, are really, really good. And right now, the 49ers, that streaking team that, you don't want to play the team that's getting hot going into the playoffs, and they seem to be that team. Green Bay, I guess if I had to pick, I mean, obviously, look, the team that doesn't scare anybody, I guess, would be Tampa Bay. Or Carolina, I should say, because Carolina won the division. All right, flag on the play. Hopefully it backs him up. Yep, false start. All right, that's huge. Massive. Now they know how to drop balls every play. Go Seahawks. All good, Roadrunner. Cheer for your team. They're very good this year. Very, very good. Obviously, right? They're 14-2. No shit, they're good. They're number 1 seed. That's the kind of expert analysis you get from me. Seahawks. Oh, yeah, they're good. Looks at their record. Best team in the NFC. I don't trust Darnold in the big one. That's going to be the interesting thing, is to see how Sam Darnold performs under the quote-unquote bright lights. But, I mean, he's at home. He just never had to do it before. But I don't get the sense that he'll crumble. Oh my God, that's pass interference too. Jesus fucking Christ. And the thing that annoys me is it's so blatantly pass interference. So incredibly blatant. And you'll still get defenders being like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Bro, you tackled him. You tackled him before the ball was even out. Yeah, it's all day pass interference. What game are you watching? Eagles Commanders. Thank you for asking. He won 14 last year in mini. That's right, he did. Yeah. I forgot the whole he not only won in Minnesota, but he had a ton of success in Minnesota too. Again, I don't know ball. All right. 1st and goal, back at the 1 yard line. Oh, good stop. Great stop. Gang tackling right there. Love that. Byron Young coming to play. Flyers winning a cup, though. I don't think they are. Are you showing the game? I am not, KD. For 18 weeks, it's been nothing but this. So I'm sure there is somebody that is showing the game. I just do this. We're so done in the playoffs. I like nothing would surprise me. If the Birds end up getting smoked in round one, wouldn't surprise me. If the Birds end up winning the entire thing, wouldn't surprise me. Like the Birds have a defense, which will help. But it just matters on like, will their offense get their shit together? And by will their offense, I mean will their play calling get their shit together? All right, that's big. Backs it up, and Washington will take. Are they taking their last time out? Oh my god. Dan Quinn is crushing this right now. Down 7, 10 minutes to go. He's got no timeouts. Eagles versus Jags Super Bowl. That is gross. The one thing I think about, and I go like, thank God this happened, was the fact that the Eagles won their first Super Bowl against the dynasty of Brady and Belichick, because that AFC Championship game was, the Patriots versus the Jags, and the fact that there isn't that to like, oh, you won your first Super Bowl, but you just beat Jacksonville, because you would have heard that, and there's nothing anyone could say. Like, you beat Brady and Belichick with a backup quarterback. All right, second and goal, backed up to the 3.5. Handoff, stopped. Where are you going? Nowhere. Stop. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Let's go. Love that. Seeing the axe chop never gets old. Eagles with 2 things against Brady and Mahomes. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even include the Mahomes thing, but yeah. They smoked the shit out of him. They completely ended that dynasty. Like, oh, this is cute. Taylor Swift in the box. Cute. Okay. No, we're done. 17-16, but we were winning by a long point. So, yeah. All right, third and goal. All right. Oh, that he jumped. I think Moro Jomo completely jumped. Damn, touchdown. All right, touchdown. It's about to be a tie game. Although maybe it won't be because Jake Moody already missed one earlier. But damn. Not great. I thought the Eagles jumped anyway. Or maybe Moro Jomo just got the greatest jump of his life. But how does that happen? They just lost track of him completely. You got 3 Eagles there just completely out of place. That's really bad coverage. You're seeing the breakdown, I guess, of having backups in where did he miss it? No, he hit it. He almost missed it. You're seeing these breakdowns in coverage a little bit. All right, tie game. Oh, Bears tied it up. Fuck. They knew the pass play would do. I don't. You have to account for Josh Johnson's scrambling ability, but still, that's bad. Subs and not good communication at all. Yeah, I've been saying all this, and they've only let up 17 points, but I think we all know with Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell and Zach Bond in there and Nakobe Dean, you're probably not getting an easy pitch out to a tight end back of the end zone like that. Eagles. Yep, said that. Okay. Eagles will break the time and we will win. I hope. My one parlay needs it. Not that anyone cares about my bets. We already cashed on Tank Bigsby. We're good. All right. How's everyone feeling on this one? Energy saver. How much juice do I have on my laptop? Let's see. 20%. All right. Last thing we need is overtime. I still think the Eagles could beat San Fran at home. Yeah, the only thing that worries me is San Fran's that hot team. But I would love nothing more than to see Brock Purdy get broken again. And Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan's another one. He finds ways to lose the big one. It's borderline impressive how he just chokes. But I mean, he's got them playing good ball right now. I never thought Brock Purdy would be this good. Although who did? He was, Mr. Irrelevant. That's the unbelievable ability of that franchise to luck out, to trade up and trade up a lot and get Trey Lance at number 3, and then they end up drafting Brock Purdy in the 7th round, and he ends up being your franchise quarterback. Like, boy, did they luck out on that. Like, big time. Kind of like Washington taking Kirk Cousins in the 4th round when they took RG3 and 2nd overall. Although RG3 was good until, Mike Shanahan threw him out there in horrible conditions and shredded up his knee. Eagles and Bears games both tied at the exact same time. Scripted. Yes, Mikey, 100% scripted. 100%. I'm glad you see it. Let me get my tinfoil hat. Let me take this hat off and put my tinfoil hat on. All right. Purdy would be harassed. But I would love to see that, Steven. I have so much disdain for the 49ers fan base and their media members and stuff. When I was in sports radio, I called them Boom Boom and Squiggy. These two guys out in 95.7 The Fan out in San Fran. They were just insufferably annoying. You would have thought that they won the Super Bowl when they beat the Eagles in that Week 10 game when Big Dom got kicked out back in 2023. And then they proceeded to go on and do nothing. All right. All right. Let's go, Tanner. Time to earn your stripes and bump up your trade stock. 201 touchdown interception. All right, Kyle Granson time. Chicago playing starters unless Birds though. Yeah. Tanner has looked good this game. This is one of those things where I didn't mean to invite somebody. No, I didn't mean to do that. I really hope they don't jump on. That's the first time I've ever done that. I don't want to do this with somebody. We better win, I'm telling you. I think they will, Allie. Tanner's looked good this game. I really hope that rando doesn't jump on because I don't know how to tell him. Yeah, that was an accident. Please jump off. Just throw it away, Tanner. Just throw it away. 2nd and 4. What was I going to say? Oh, I don't have a problem with them resting their starters because I do think that the majority of the O-line for sure needs rest. You need a lot to go right. For the Birds to get the number 2 seed. J-Roll, you're fine. Stop. J-Roll. What are you going to do? Yeah, so I don't necessarily have a problem with it, but it'll be heavily criticized if the Bears end up losing. Oh, Jesus, why are you throwing it? You've got Tank Bigsby. Run the fucking football, and instead you're throwing. Like, what the fuck is this? Oh, I forgot. It's Eagles play calling is what it is. Oh, this thing is working really well? No. We're not going to do that. No, that would just make too much sense. No, you know what we're going to do? We're going to just throw on 2nd down and 3rd down, and then we're going to punt on 4th down. Oh, that Tank Bigsby guy that's like tearing it up? No. Well, just take an entire offensive possession off. Like, Jesus Christ. All right. If they lose this game, it will be because of, again, play calling on the offensive side. I mean, you look at some key moments. 4th and 1 earlier in this game where they didn't run the ball, they threw it. Tanner McHugh was running for his life. That back-to-back throws. Actually, it was 3 straight throws because he threw to Kyle Granson, picked up 6, then threw it away, and then threw again, and it was, too high, incomplete. So, we're having fun. This is going to be frustrating, isn't it? I thought the Eagles would roll in this game. Even though the Commanders are playing starters other than their quarterback. I thought the Eagles were just going to roll. And then I totally forgot about the horrible play calling that we would get on offense. Which when they play good teams, it's like I did the math earlier, and it was like when they play playoff teams this season, the Eagles have averaged like 17 points. It's just this is what we get, And I'm not saying that the Commanders are good in any sense, but when you're playing backups, getting 17 points because your offensive coordinator decides to throw after getting scored on and put the defense right back on the field. Genius. Andrew, I'm fairly confident he will not be back. I don't know what world you could say he needs to be back. Where the fuck did 113 people come from? I just blinked and I have 130. I had like 12 earlier. Now I got 110. Oh, anyway, yeah, I'd be surprised if he comes back. I just don't know what justification you would have. You know, he brings donuts. He's a nice guy. He's really good at Secret Santa. I don't know. Like he's shitty offensive coordinator. But then again, like the coach has ability to promote these guys and use his offense, and it just sucks. Anyway, hey, go Birds. That's the point. That's the point. 17-17, go Bears. They also the Eagles hadn't joined. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is. How could they not? How could this not be? I'm waiting for the can you show the game question because that's coming. I got to put a thing that says, no, I'm not showing the game. Josh Johnson, deep ball. There's a pass interference. For fuck's sake. Would one of you slap dicks turn around for the fucking football? Turn around. You just got to go like this. And then like if you're Washington, I'm just going deep every time. Why wouldn't you? Like, dude, just again. Having fun. Go Birds. He might. I'm so damn clutch. Like he might bring donuts, and I don't think we shouldn't ignore that element. Like the donut guy is huge in the room. The vibes are big when the donut guy shows up. If you've got one guy that sucks and you've got another guy that sucks, but the one guy that sucks, the first guy that sucks, he brings donuts. You're keeping that one guy. For everybody on YouTube, my PC might die. Just a heads up. Might die. So, but I'm live on TikTok if anybody has that. But I just want to let you know because I just got my thing just pinged. I have how much do I have left? 25 minutes it says, but that'll probably be like 10. So just a heads up. All right, 8 minutes left. 17-17. Commanders offense just knows to throw. Yeah, at this point, what's the score? 17-17. Patrick. Oh, I thought you were Patrick Peterson. I was gonna say. I was like, welcome, former Cardinals great. Good. Oh, I was about to say good tackle, but he missed it and whiffed. The Commanders have the ball, and they're doing this really interesting tactic, Vanessa, of they're just airing it out, knowing full well that the Eagles are incapable of turning around for the ball, and thus will get called for pass interference. It's actually pretty genius. No one told Eagles defenders that you're allowed to turn around for the ball, so they're just like they're hugging people, which is great. Like I'm a hugger, so I love the fact that my favorite team is out here spreading some positivity and cheer. But at the same time, I want the Eagles to win. I do have, I think $5 on the Eagles to win. So I would like it if they stop doing that. Just good dump off pass to get a first down and then more. All right, so the Commanders are in the 13-yard line of the Birds. Oh God, this sucks. Go Birds.